Welcome, everyone, to Week 5. This is the Fantasy Focused Network. I am Bucky. I'm joined by my colleagues and esteemed gentlemen, Bobby Lamarco and Ryan Levy. It's Week 5. We have football going on right now. It's a mad, mad world over there in London, ain't it, mate? Bruv, how you doing, Levy?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing even better because Kyle Pitts just scored a touchdown, so I have not given up faith on Pitts. The targets have been there. We got the tutty. Great start to Week 5. I'm sure a lot of people were nervous with Patterson going into the blue tent there with a potential concussion, but he is back, I believe. How you doing, Bob?
I'm good, man. Honestly, I got to tell you, it feels good when you put out a post at 5 a.m. saying, hey, there's 2 safeties out for the Jets. You should probably be really high on Kyle Pitts, and it works out. So 1 for 1. I think we're 1 for 1 so far. It's all good.
It's mad, isn't it, bruv? I gotta stop that. I gotta put the kibosh on that right away. All right, Bob, let's run through. What are we doing today in terms of our partnership with a great charity called Good Sports?
Yeah, man. Thanks for introducing that. So we're excited to announce that we are partnering with Good Sports. And Good Sports is a youth charity organization that helps kids play youth sports. So far in 2021, basically, they have been in 48 states. They have given out 2,700 kits worth of equipment to children in underprivileged communities, and they've served over 500,000 kids in total. So we're partnering today with Good Sports. So 10% of all our donations are from our super chatters, and the people that are on the Venmo account will now go to Good Sports. We're really excited for that partnership, to give back to the youth sports organization. But we also want to make sure we're giving back. And I want to make sure if you're interested, we're also going to be doing a giveaway today for our super chatters. Once again, giving away a mini helmet signed by Jamal Anderson, the Dirty Bird himself from the Falcons. There's 2 ways to donate. You can obviously use the super chat function on YouTube. But if you're on Periscope, if you're on Facebook, if you're on any other avenue, you can actually use Venmo, which is the TCK Pod Venmo. If you're watching the video right now, you can hover your camera over that QR code and it takes you right there. We'll answer your questions right away too. Even if you just want to get your questions answered right away, you use the super chat function. But more importantly, guys, we're giving some giveaways today, and we're also giving back to Good Sports. So we really appreciate any donation you can give today.
Bob, hit me with the injury updates, because it is a littered list out there right now. We need to know what's going on.
Well, of course, it's kind of a mixed bag of some stars and then some interesting defensive and offensive line injuries. Dalvin Cook is going to play today, but they have talks about him splitting work with Alexander Madison. The matchup's too good to sit Cook, so I'm sorry to Cook owners, but you're gonna have to sweat it out this week. On the flip side, Joe Mixon is actually going to play today. He has been banged up all week, but the thing is, it sounds like Pro Football Doc's less optimistic about his injury against Green Bay, even though he has a good matchup too. I don't know if I'm going to start Joe Mixon. Patriots down 4 offensive linemen versus Houston. Damian Harris is one of the key starts of the week at the offensive line, but at the running back position. But because of these injuries, it could be something to Madrid. Maybe he's more of a flex play than an RB2. The Eagles are down 3 offensive linemen against Carolina. Carolina's been real tough against running backs this year, especially on the ground. Miles Sanders might be someone you try to fade because of these injuries up front. Julio Jones is out. A.J. Brown is back in. The Jacksonville Jaguars, he ate them up last year. Get A.J. Brown in your lineups. The Buccaneers are down 2 starting DBs, Charlton Davis and Winfield in the back end. I really like Devontae Parker's hamstring injuries. He's questionable. If we hear reports, we'll be live right on here. We'll let you know if Devontae Parker is in. If he's in, I like him to be in your lineups. And Mike Gesicki this week, I feel like, is a great play. Will Fuller's out. Parker's banged up. I think Gesicki with that injury to Winfield is a key start. Jair Alexander injury. He's the shutdown corner for the Green Bay Packers. This is wheels up for Chase, wheels up for T. Higgins this week. The Packers are a out wide funnel defense, so I think with Jair out, it's even better for those guys. Cameron Sutton, the number 2 cornerback for the Steelers, is out. I think this is big news for Tim Patrick and Cortland Sutton. Now, Sutton did get hurt in Friday's practice, so we have to watch that and monitor if he plays today. But I think Tim Patrick is someone that you can get in your lineups today as a wide receiver 3 because of that injury. Raiders down 2 defensive backs against Chicago. I know Mooney and Allen Robinson haven't done it yet, and I don't even think I'm playing them because Casey Hayward is the linchpin of that secondary. But you're desperate and you want to play Allen Robinson this week, I think he actually has a better matchup than Mooney. Mooney will see a lot of Casey Hayward. Shepard and Slayton are both out for Dallas. Dallas gives up a boatload of points. I think Kenny Golladay, even though he's going to be potentially shadowed by Trayvon Diggs, could be huge here. So I think Kenny Galladay's in for me as a wide receiver 3 this week. Kadarius Toney is someone to monitor. And also, I think Evan Ingram is someone you can actually play as a tight end streamer. He has a very solid matchup against Dallas. Jimmy G out. George Kittle out. I think it's a Deebo Samuel game all day today. I think Arizona's going to be down 2 starting DBs. Byron Murphy, their main slot corner, and their best corner is out. They also have another guy that's questionable, Wilson. So I think Deebo in your lineups. I think Brandon Ayuk can even be a consideration because of those injuries to Cardinals and Kittle.
All right, Bob, take a hit of that inhaler over there, pal, because you just ripped for 3 straight minutes. You did it for an hour yesterday, just giving the love for the people out there. All right, let's open the floodgates. Levy, hit me with question number 1.
I love it, Bob. Take a breather for a second. I will warm us up with a couple questions. I'm excited. I'm a little nervous about today. I just want to mention that real quick. There's a lot of guys like Devontae Parker. I need to know what's going on. I need to know what's going on with Sutton. So I'm going to be checking my lineups during the live show today because there's a lot of question marks out there. But it's Fragger. What's up, buddy? Pats defense versus the Texans or Broncos versus the Steelers. Who you got, Buck?
All right, I'm going to start here. It's the Patriots. You go Patriots here. Broncos have been steady all season. Did you watch last week? Were you asleep, Fragger? It's not looking good for Davis Mills. This fella is chucking the football to guys that are not wearing his actual colors on the other side. Well, in the Bills' case, I guess they are similar colors, so I understand it. I also decided, Bob, I'm going to get you a poker masseuse. You know, when you go to the casino, you play some poker. You get a masseuse. I'm ordering you a 3-hour masseuse. That's just going to make sure you're good and loose over there, brother.
I got to tell you, man, if there's one that can come, I don't even want to know which kind of ones show up at 7 a.m. So actually, I'm more interested. I'll just have to tell the missus, hey, just don't walk in the room. All right. I don't know what's going to happen from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. So,
I'm going Patriots here, though, Bob. Who do you got?
Patriots, same thing. Davis, rookie quarterbacks against Bill Belichick. Just play. It's Patriots all day.
Yeah, I'm going Pats as well. Clean sweep on that one. If you didn't watch against the Bucks, they look good, man. That Pats defense is no joke. So
exactly,
I'm with it. Keegan, what's up? A-Rob, Sutton, Lat Murray, or Mixon in the flex PPR? Bob, who you got?
Well, I think I really like Sutton's matchup this week, but I just don't know what's going on. He injured his ankle on Friday in practice. I don't know if I'm going to buy into that. I actually think Lat Murray, I brought him up in our show with Buck on Wednesday. I'm going to go Lat Murray this week. Mixon, you're rolling the dice. We don't know, and A-Rob is not done yet, so I'm going to go Lat Murray because of the injuries to Mixon and Sutton. So
I'm not sure that Mixon plays, number 1. That's my main concern, so I'm going to scratch him out. A-Rob, what are we going to get here? God, it's been so disappointing now. The PPR makes me lean A-Rob. However, I'm going to let my gut take over and go with Lat Murray. You know, lats, most people have them. They're muscles. I don't. I got a big old gut, a trash can gut, and it's calling for Lat Murray.
I like it.
Oh, man. I really hope Mixon doesn't play because I've got a lot of shares of P. Ryan out there that I want to just plug right in there, So I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you, Bob.
That's something I thought I didn't hear. I wouldn't hear today. A lot of shares of Samaje P. Ryan. Bad start.
I need him, man. I've got David Montgomery everywhere. That one hurt me, so... Yeah. I'm actually going to go Lat Murray as well. So we are clean sweeping to start the day, 2 for 2.
The P. Ryan cousins have really solidified the backup running back role across the NFL.
Yeah, right, we got our first super chatter.
Oh, I didn't even see it down there.
What's up, boys? AB or Waddle, full PPR. Buck, over to you, buddy.
I'm going to go Waddle here. I like the matchup for Waddle, and I trust him a little bit more. You have the banged-up secondary here for the Buccaneers. I think they will have to go aerial. I'm going to go Waddle over AB, as I think the game flow and the game script kind of tends to favor the Dolphins receivers over the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I am with Bucky 100% here. Listen, I love AB. Should have caught a touchdown last week. I think he is the second best receiver on the Buccaneers ahead of Chris Godwin. But I am going Waddle for sure. The Bucs secondary stinks. I'm a Bucs fan, but especially if Sherman's on him, man, this guy is going to get a lot of catches today. Old Sherman straight off the couch does not look great out there. I love Waddle and I love Gesicki everywhere I can get him today. So fire him in there. Thank you, Edits.
Yeah, I'm going Waddle too, guys. I like the game flow as well. All right, back to you, Rye.
All righty. Harris, pick one in a non-PPR. Shenault, Jamar Chase, Antonio Brown, Zach Moss, or Tyler Boyd, Bucky.
Jamar Chase. I mean, big play threat. A lot of pundits, I don't know if you guys have been listening to like Sirius XM Fantasy, are kind of discounting the fact that he's getting it done on a big play perspective and saying that, the usage isn't there. Here's what I know. I know that Joe Burrow should have a good week. I'm going to trust Jamar Chase to accumulate over 80 yards, probably find the end zone yet again. I'm going to go Jamar Chase here, but it's close between him, Moss, and Shenault.
Yeah, just because it's non-PPR. I just talked about the Jair Alexander injury. I think the Packers are going to put up points. That's going to force Chase and Higgins and those guys to put up points. I think Chase is my pick here as well in non-PPR.
Interesting. This isn't where I thought you guys would go. I mean, I like the
You thought we were going Moss.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Especially because we were texting this morning. I had to make the decision between Moss and Mitchell and Carter here. But, yeah, I went with Moss, and in this scenario, I mean, the guy's he's going to score, in my opinion. We got some potential weather issues tonight. I'm going to go Moss. I think it's 2 or 3 weeks in a row now with touchdowns. So let's fire in Moss, but the consensus there, Harris, is Chase. So good luck, buddy. Thanks for tuning in as always. Anthony wants to know Damien Williams or Kareem Hunt, Bob?
I hate Kareem Hunt. I hate Kareem Hunt questions so much because it doesn't matter what the matchup is. Sure, Kareem Hunt. Damian Williams is my sleeper RB of the week. I love Damian Williams. He's going to be the workhorse this week. I want to play Damian Williams, but Kareem Hunt every single time. He can play the worst team in the world, and he gets all this weird production, and he does well. I can't stand Kareem Hunt. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna go Kareem Hunt. Just Kareem Hunt. There you go. I hate it. I honestly hate that. Kareem Hunt is my least favorite player to talk about because there's no metric that tells you when he's going to be good and when he's going to be bad. Because if it's a good matchup, Dick Chubb does well, and he might not get a touchdown, and he gets you 8 points. I just can't. I'm sorry. So Kareem Hunt, always Kareem Hunt from now on. Go ahead. If you guys have a Kareem Hunt question and you ask me, it's going to be Kareem Hunt because I can't.
Well, if Bob can't, this is part of the partnership we formed on Wednesdays. It's a little bit of yin, it's a little bit of yang. I'm gonna be all about Kareem Hunt here. Number one, he's a top 20 running back. Period. Get over it, Bob. I know it scars you. I know that it keeps you up at night. But guess what? It's 7:15 in the morning, bud. Smell the coffee. It smells wonderful, and you can dunk that crispy Kareem Hunt right in it.
Man, I got to tell you, Pitch just had a beautiful catch. I'm loving this start to Sunday morning. But man, I have a million shares of Damien Williams as well, so I'm hoping he has a big game. But honestly, Kareem Hunt's just a more talented player. So
what a catch by Pitts! My God,
dude, I told you that was incredible. But I am going Kareem Hunt every week, man. It's just I'm with you guys. I do not have the hate in my heart for Kareem Hunt like you do, Bob, but because I drafted the guy everywhere. I'm starting him and Chubb in the same freaking team in one scenario.
Bob is just spite picking Hunt. It's incredible.
I'm sorry, but look at his stat lines, right? It's like, hey, who's going to score all right, let's move on. Let's just next Hunt question. I'll talk about it.
Blake, yes, I love it. Pitts, we're all over him today. Good stuff. Ilias, good morning. Should I play Debo or Dalvin Cook? Bob.
Playing Cook if he's in. I just don't care. You can't. Detroit's matchup is so good for running backs that I'm willing to take this shot. If he's in, I'm playing him. And if he's out, then it's easier for you to play Debo. But I'm playing Cook if he's in.
I'm playing Debo, and it's because we've seen this with Dalvin Cook. We've seen that questionable tag getting thrown on him. He tries it out, and he's the first guy to pull out of a game. I just think the minute he feels a bit of discomfort, he's coming out of that game. I'm going to go Debo for the full 60, and I think Debo has a huge day today. He's been getting peppered, and, I consider Debo to be my version of Bob's Kareem Hunt spite. I usually fade Debo. I'm playing Debo here. It's up to you, Rye.
Oh, man. Florida State is back. We're back, baby. Didn't even watch the game because I'm a bandwagon Florida State fan these days, but yeah, I just can't sit Dalvin. No way. That's my guy. I know the concern there, but you're going to be sorry when he scores 3 touchdowns on 15 carries. So good luck, Ilias. Come here now, Beach. Hello. Need 2.5 PPR. No, need 2. Half point PPR. Sorry. Madison Hunt or Jamar Chase, Buck. 2 of those 3.
Jamar Chase is my 1. If Cook's out, we'll know here shortly at 11:30. If Cook is actually out, which Bob, I think he could be, Madison's the start there. But I'm going to go, like all cards on the table here, Jamar Chase, Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, let's say, I think it's going to be easy. I think Cook's going to play. You cannot play Madison. So I think it's going to be Hunt and Jamar Chase. But if for whatever reason Cook is out, I'm going to go Madison and Jamar Chase in this scenario.
Yeah.
Give us the Hunt stat breakdown, Bob.
No.
You said you'd give it to us.
Nope. I'm out. We're moving on.
Ubiquitously, for the rest of the season, what would you do with Swift, J. Will, T. Will, Gaskin, and Wilson? Should I trade Calvin Ridley since I have Devontae Adams and Scary Terry? Full point PPR. Also, what do you think of Fields rest of season? Bob, jump in on that one quick.
Rest of season. Sorry, I was pulling up the TCK Venmo. Buck, go first. Sorry, man. I was pulling up the Venmo.
I'm good to go here. So I'm trading Calvin Ridley. Look at your backfield. I mean, that's not good. You're not in a good shape here, ubiquitously. I'm going to trade Ridley. Number 1, don't believe in the offense. Number 2, quarterback is Marty Ice, who's having a good day, by the way, so far, but it's the Jets. And I'm going to trade him away. I just, no, your running backs, you got to beef up there, pal.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with this one because I also talked about Calvin Ridley. He's out this week. He's got a bye in 2 weeks. And if you're in a situation where you need wins right now, you probably should have pulled the trigger sooner. As soon as you heard he was out, because he's going to be out 2 of the next 3 weeks because of the bye, and he's out this week. And I think if you need wins and need a running back, I think Calvin Ridley still has name value as a borderline wide receiver 1 where you can get a decent, at least high-end RB2 out of a trade.
Yeah, you need somebody that's going to get consistent looks. All right, Scotty boy, back again, Buck Army, Bills Mafia. Justin Zimmer's pounding lasagna right now in his kitchen. I'm guaranteeing that. Good morning, boys. Just want to say thank you for the Mark Andrews helmet. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you too, Scott. That's great that you got it. Love to see it. And folks, we do have a Jamal Anderson out there. So, Scotty, you're in the mix right now for the Jamal Anderson.
Can he go 2 for 2? You're welcome.
Can he go 2 for 2?
Yeah.
Ubiquitously, by the way, I kind of like Fields as he continues to progress. His deep ball looked good last week. I think it was a big improvement for him. So I love me some Mooney. I don't know about today, but I'm in on Mooney rest of the season. Good morning, Sam Crow Nomad. Need a Dolphins win to help my take eyes off my Crimson Tide losing yesterday. Yeah, I don't think that Dolphins win is going to happen today, buddy. So sorry about your luck.
I don't see it. And Sam, I just wanted to say this. Now you know what it's like to be a human and not a robot because you folks are so used to winning every single game. I'm not saying I'm glad that you're in despair right now, but I'm certainly a bit relieved that you can share the solace of a loss with me.
And his question of the week, per usual, Kyler Murray or Kirk Cousins? Buck.
Kyler Murray. Every single game. Kyler Murray.
Yeah,
agreed.
I agree, man. I mean, Cousins looks good this year, but I'm not benching Kyler. No way. It's Fragger. Pick 2 for 1 wide receiver for Pick 2. 1 for wide receiver, 1 for flex. You know, the lack of commas and periods just really gets me every week. Keenan Allen, Deebo Samuel, Antonio Gibson, and Chris Godwin. So we need 1 receiver, 1 flex. Bob, who you got?
This is tough. Godwin is in for me. Miami gives up a bunch of points to the slot. I like Godwin a lot this week. Deebo and Keenan Allen is tough. Keenan Allen makes sense here, but Deebo, man, that matchup. I'm going to lean Allen and Godwin.
Bucky.
I'm going Deebo and Keenan Allen, fading Godwin.
I am also going Deebo and Keenan Allen. I just believe that Antonio Brown's a better wide receiver than Chris Godwin. I hate to say it as a Bucs fan, but yeah, I mean, trust me, I'm hoping Godwin has a big game, but I'm with Bucky on this one. Played decaf on Thursday. I need 2 running backs and a receiver and a flex. So 2-2-1. Zeke, Eckler, Barkley, Melvin Gordon, Deebo, and Brandon Cooks Bucks. So
did you just call him decaf?
Decaf.
I kind of like that. Bob clearly on the decaf right now, deep in thought. If Zeke's a play, you have to start Zeke. That's the question here. So I understand this question. I'm going to go into Eckler. Eckler's in. If it's PPR here, Sam, I'm going to go Debo. If it's not PPR, I'd say Zeke and Eckler.
So we need 2 running backs, a receiver, and a flex.
Oh, yeah, 2 running backs. Oh, running backs is simple. Zeke, Eckler. I'm fading Barkley. And then I'm going to go Debo and Debo.
Barkley.
No, it's Zeke, Eckler, Barkley, and Debo, I think is the lock here. I think Cooks against New England's out. Melvin Gordon against Pittsburgh is out. That's how I feel about this one.
Okay, maybe I need some regular coffee.
Maybe you need to dunk some Kareem Hunt in your coffee, sir. Right?
I think so, bud. I think so.
Schultz or Fant, Bob?
Oh, yeah. I talked about Fant. I like Schultz, too. I'm going to go Dalton Schultz. He has a better matchup against the Giants.
Isn't Dan Schultz the guy that created Peanuts, the comic?
Let's hope so, because it makes the show. So
perfect. All right. I'm going to go Dan Schultz here.
I will also go Dan Schultz. Sam Crow Nomad. Filling out the whole lineup. Here we go. Defense, Raiders, Broncos, Cowboys, Bears, Browns, or Colts?
Broncos.
Bob.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Let's go Broncos.
Yeah, Big Ben stinks. He's dead. Come here now, Beach. Denver or Chicago defense?
Denver.
Denver's good.
Denver as well. We got a kicker question. Randy Bullock, Matt Prater, Rodrigo, Graham Gano, kicking you, Florida State. Chase McLaughlin or Dustin Hopkins, Florida State, kicking you.
It's Randy Bullock, man. Randy Bullock all day today.
It's Ray Bullock, according to Bob last week. Or Reggie Bullock.
Reggie
Bullock.
Former Pistons guard, wherever he is now.
Reggie Bullock.
Oh, it's Graham Gano. This guy's got a cannon on him. Blake, I don't know what you're saying. Full PPR here. Oh, we already answered your question earlier. Charlie, who do I start in PPR? Edmonds, Chuba, or Alexander Madison? Scared Edmonds won't get much work because of him being questionable. Bob, who you got?
I think Hubbard's in anyway. I think he's going to be a great play this week. It's Philly's defense is not that good against the run anymore. They used to be really good, but not as much anymore. So I'm going to go with Chuba.
Edmonds, I can't in a PPR. I have to get those touches, and I mean Edmonds number 2. Talked about I want his jersey. I'll hang up the number 2 right behind me here, Bob. I'll do it to you. I'm going Edmonds.
Okay. I'm actually going Chuba for sure there. Oh, here you go, Blake. My bad. Didn't see this. Full PPR. Tone Gibson, Aaron Jones, Miles Sanders, full PPR. Accidentally clicked enter on full PPR. A lot of full PPRs in that sentence. Bucky, what do you got?
Aaron Jones. I'm fading Gibson this week.
Yeah. Aaron Jones.
There you go.
Can't sit him.
I'm with you there. Bucky, Damian Williams or Mixon in PPR?
Damian Williams. Number 1, I really like the fact that he got slotted in there and performed last week. It looks to be like they have a continuity on the offensive line that I always love to see. Mixon, I don't think plays, so it's Damian Williams.
I think it's Damien Williams. I love what Bill Lazor's done. Bill Lazor's an play caller is legit. And this year, as a running game efficiency, Damien Williams has been just as good as David Montgomery, actually, if you look at yards per carry. So I think he's going to be fine.
Yeah, I'm going to go Damian Williams as well. Fireman there, Q McBride. Thanks for the question. Minnie Jordan, good morning. PPR, choose a running back and a flex. Chuba Hubbard, Devonta Smith, OBJ, Ruggs, Pirine, and Sermon. Bob, who you got? We need a running back and a flex in a PPR.
Well, Chuba's the only guy I think is a lock for me out of this group. OBJ, I'm not playing. Ruggs is okay. He's actually not too bad. Chicago's all right against slot receivers, and he plays a lot in the slot. I'm actually going to go Devonta Smith and Chuba Hubbard.
I'm going chubhub.com. Kids out there, definitely do not go to chubhub.com. And then I'm going to go Ruggs. Big hitter this week. I think he connects on a long one. 50-yarder here, Bob. I'm going with Ruggsy.
I don't love Devonta against the Panthers. Don't love it.
I hate it.
Chuba Hubbard is definitely my top choice here. I'm actually going to go Samaje Perine as my flex. I think even if Mixon plays, it's going to be on a limited touch count. So
that's like you're just putting it out into the atmosphere at this point. You're doing a disservice for the world. You're just like, I need him to do well. So here, go.
I don't know. I mean, I'm monitoring that closely. Yeah. If you're going to ask me like right before kickoff, 10 minutes before, I might change my mind.
Yeah.
And if I was going to change my mind, I would go with Ruggs. I'm with Bucky. So there you go, Mini Jordan. Trey, good morning. A couple questions. Full PPR. Galladay or James Conner, Buck?
Is there a bridge near you?
Dude, it's Galladay.
It's Kenny G. It's Kenny G here.
Well, what if
I'm just
Connor's
kidding,
out?
by the way, Trey. I hope all is good.
What if Edmonds is out?
Then it's Conner.
But you can't make that decision, right? I mean, what time is the Giants game today? Is it 4:00? Let me check. These are the 4 p.m. window. I think these are both 4 p.m. So I think if in this case, Galladay, if Edmonds is in, and if Edmonds is out, I'm going to lean Conner.
Yeah, there you go. I agree with that. Carr, Tannehill, or Lance, Buck?
That one's pretty tough, Trey. Carr was so disappointing. I'm gonna go back to the well here with Carr. I think they have to throw the football to compete in this league. It's Derek Carr.
I actually disagree. I think the Chicago game is going to be ugly. I think Chicago is not going to score that much. Fields threw the ball like 20 times last week. But Tannehill against Jacksonville with AJ Brown back. But I think I'm taking Lance. I just want the upside. Hit 20 points and a half. That rushing upside, I'm going to take Lance in a game where we could see Kyler Murray play well against San Francisco.
Yeah, I just can't play Tannehill right now. I'm not a big Carr guy, never have been. It's Trey Lance for me. I mean, that's going to be one of the highest scoring games of the week. What do we got the over-under at on that?
48.5.
48.5. I guess it's not really technically, but yeah, I think they're going to have to throw the ball to keep up with Arizona. I know they like to run the ball, but I do believe they're going to have to throw the ball. So I'm going Trey Lance.
What's sad? I memorized the over-unders. Like it's bad. It's really bad.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. Mark G. I need 2 from Gibson, Hollywood Brown, Edmonds, and AJ Brown in a PPR, Bob. Who you got? Need 2 of those 4.
Well, AJ Brown's definitely in for me, and I think Hollywood. I'm gonna go Brown and Hollywood in this scenario.
Bucky.
I'm definitely going AJ Brown.
Yep, same.
I would love Edmonds, but 4:30 play, that's tough. So I'm going to go with Hollywood Brown.
I'm actually on board with this, man. He looks good. When he's not dropping passes, he looks good. So let's go. Bucky just traded him to me in Dynasty.
Nice, Buck.
Well, yeah, I got a nice bounty off that.
Yeah, you did for sure. I mean, you gave me your first rounder, and I gave you Zeke.
Although we made the trade, and then Zeke is immediately questionable for this week.
Yeah, that sucks. But my team is terrible, so I needed to make the trade to get that depth for next year.
Yeah.
Will Jenkins, good morning, buddy. Full point PPR. Pick 1. Hunt, Moss, Harris, Mitchell, or Gainwell. A lot of options there, buddy. Bucky, who you got?
Yeah, in a PPR here, Moss has been not as involved as I'd like to see, but what Bill's running back really is. But I'm still going Moss here. I really love Moss this week. Zachy Moss.
Kareem Hunt, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going Kareem Hunt as well, man. Kareem Hunt, I just don't want to bench him in a PPR. So good luck, Willie. Q Brad wants to know, he has Cook and Madison. Which one are you going with, Bob?
I'm going to play Cook. Yeah, you just can't. I mean, I'm sorry, guys. This Cook, you just got to roll with it once in a while. I mean, once a year, you might have to deal with this. Sorry, but Cook every time. You can't sit him.
Well, think about it like this. You have Cook, you have Madison, so you have the ability to pivot whenever you have to submit that lineup. So it's pretty simple. Madison is in if Cook is out. If Cook is in, Cook is in. Boom.
Bucky. A quarter is damn nice wants to know if you're excited for the Buffalo beatdown tonight.
I've been eating lasagna with Justin Zimmer in my dreams. and he's eating lasagna right now, pal. Bills by a billion. Bills by a billion. Bills by a billion.
There we go. John G or Hooper in PPR?
Jonnu for Marky G piece.
Yeah. These guys are. I just want to put this out there. These are both part-time players. They don't even run a route on half the dropbacks. I'm not really trying to get these guys in my lineup. They're just too unpredictable. But the matchup leans Jonnu in this one.
Starting Hooper in a league today, and I hate it because I just traded for Kittle. Terrible move on my part. I'm going Jonnu. Fadi Shia. Edmonds, Ayuk, Cobb, Sermon, or Mitchell today. Half-point PPR, Bob. Who you got?
Do we know? I don't even know what we can do about Mitchell and Sermon. I personally have no idea. Kyle Shanahan has been very vague. I don't know who it's going to be. So, unfortunately, as much as I would love to buy into San Francisco's running backs, I honestly can't tell you what the situation is going to be. So, I'm fading both those guys because of it. And then for the rest of them, I mean, I can make a case for all of them, to be honest with you. I'm going to go Chase Edmonds. And if Edmonds is out, that's an easy pivot to Ayuk. So I'm going to go Edmonds and then Ayuk if Edmonds is out.
You have the advantage today, the fact that the 4 players that I would even consider in your roster are playing in the same game. So you know heading up to it what the situation is with Edmonds. If Edmonds is healthy, he's a lock in there in half-point PPR for me there, Fadi. But the backup plan for me would be Ayuk.
Yeah, I have the same exact thought process. So we're going to go Edmonds, assuming he plays. If not, you pivot to Ayuk. So good luck. I'm going to jump in first on this one because it's easy for me. Mooney or Fant in a 14-man full-point PPR. I am going Mooney all day. It looks like the connection is there with Fields. I know the coverage matchup isn't ideal for him today, but the volume should be there. Talk me out of it, boys. Buck?
You ever been to Half Moon Bay in Jamaica?
I have not, personally.
Bob?
Oh, man, I was going to come up with a moon comment, but I just said, you know what, Buck? I'm just going to leave that stuff to you because you know what to do. I'm just going to go Mooney. I'm taking a trip with Ryan to the Mooney. I'm going Mooney. Let's do it. I'm in.
Yeah, let's go to Half Moon Bay together.
Yeah, let's
just
go. I'm
the
in.
3 of us.
Sounds romantic. Let's do this.
I'm going Mooney here.
Bucky, we got a super chat down there.
Yeah, I'm on it. Chuck Hicks, welcome back, pal. Love ya. We got Mitchell or Chuba Hubbard. Standard league, I'm going Chuba.
Yeah, I'm going to go Chuba too in this scenario.
Yeah, what's up, Charlie? Thanks for tuning in and the donation. I entered your name into the drawing for the Jamal Anderson mini helmet signed.
All right, we got Stolen Fawn here. Stolen Fawn traded AB for Fournette. AB was probably the 5th best wide receiver sitting on his bench. Your thoughts, Bob?
Yeah, this is good. I mean, listen, I think Fournette has really taken a stranglehold on that ground game. And the thing is, the 1 week where it didn't work out was because the Bucs went down big against the Rams. That's not going to happen a lot. There's not going to be a lot of Geo games where Geo needs to be in there for a lot of snaps. So I think Fournette's a solid play here. And especially if you had the depth at receiver, why not? I mean, it's basically hard to predict who's going to be the best Bucs receiver every week anyway. So I think it's a solid trade.
Yeah, I love the move, man. Entered you into the drawing as well. But yeah, I'll take, especially if you got the depth, go get Lenny. Love the move.
Yeah, I think you did a great job here. Fournette, your depth, you got to get somebody in there. And I think Fournette week to week is a steady option. Not great. Yeah, go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, sorry, guys. Before we move on, listen, once again, we appreciate the donations. We appreciate the super chats. We want to make sure a couple things, guys. We are partnering today with Good Sports. Good Sports is a youth charity organization. We're donating 10% of all the donations today from our super chat to them as well. But also, if you guys don't have the time to sit around 15, 20 minutes, you want to get your questions answered right away, feel free to use the super chat. We also, for anybody not on YouTube, we have Venmo, TCK Pod Venmo account. So if you want to submit your question on there, you can do so. Back to you, Ryan.
Fredley, what is up, my man? Sutton or Madison, Bucky? Who you got for our boy? PPR.
See, the injury with Sutton just ticks me off because Bob hit it earlier here, Fredley. Again, come back to Tampa. Let's get a beer and some wings in us like old times, pal. Like 2019. You know, we can live it and party like it's 2019 once again in the near future here, Fredley. I hope all is well with you. The Sutton thing, the matchup, Bob hit it. I mean, if he's a go, it's Cortland Sutton. If he's not a go, it's Madison for me. But we have the Cook variable. This is a very layered question. My summary is play whoever the hell plays, Fredley. Play whoever plays.
Yeah, I actually would lean this injury to Sutton kind of worries me because he got injured in practice on Friday. It's not like he got hurt last week. So I don't know what he's going to be dealing with today. Pittsburgh is not a great matchup. It's fine. It's good. I mean, they're missing a top corner. And Madison could be a backup. So I'm going to say Sutton just because I think Dalvin Cook plays in some capacity today.
Yeah, I will go Sutton assuming he plays. Nervous about it, but good luck, buddy. If he doesn't play, obviously you got an easy choice there. Both games are at 1:00. Mini Jordan, PPR. Which tight end should I pick up? Lost Kittle, Ferkser, Arnold, Doyle, Max Williams, Dwelly, Uzoma, Komet, or someone else you recommend, Bob? Who's your deep tight end pick?
Yeah, Ryan, do me a quick favor, take that down. So I actually put together my top notable tight end matchups of the week. Anthony Ferkser, CJ Uzama fall on that list as well. So I think those two guys are kind of the ones I lean towards here. I did throw this together based on some of the metrics I put together for expectation versus tight end. So I think Anthony Ferkser is an interesting one. He played a lot of snaps last week. He's playing against Jacksonville. There is no Julio Jones. He could be the number 2 behind A.J. Brown. So I'm interested there. But Uzama as well, to me, the Green Bay Packers is a good matchup for tight ends. But the thing is, T. Higgins is back, right? So I think for me, I'm going to take a leap of faith, go with Ferk Daddy in this scenario.
Bucky, who you picking up? I'm going Ferk Daddy.
Going with Tyler Conklin.
Ooh, interesting. All right, so Bob and I are going with Ferkser. Bucky, you got
was Conklin even an option though? I don't think it was. Was he in there?
Nope.
Bucks recommended people.
Listen, this is a song, an improv song, and you just rip it, man. You make the notes, Bob. That's what we do. Stolen Fawn back again here. Love the charity aspect. Appreciate that of you guys. Yeah, number one, man, I was blessed to grow up in a household where my folks let me play any sport out there, and I would get involved. I would have equipment. It was never an issue for me personally. But when I look at kids, the sports aspect, teammates, being a part of something bigger than you is the greatest thing of my childhood personally. So we take it serious here. We want to make sure that we're providing at least some form of communal respect of some folks don't have the privileged childhood that I fortunately had. So we want to make sure those kids are getting gloves. They're able to play, whatever it takes. So everything that you guys donate is huge. Really, really appreciate it here, Stolen Fawn. With Carson out, needs a running back to start. Fournette, Javonte Williams, or Alex Madison. Bob, will go to you first.
Yeah, I think if Cook is out, I'm playing Madison. And if Cook is in, I'm playing Fournette.
Man, thank you, Stolen Fawn, by the way. This is a tough. I actually really like Javonte Williams. I just think he's a talented player. I hope he gets more of the lion's share there. And Gordon's banged up a little bit, right?
Yes, he's in though.
Yeah, he's in. I'm going Fournette this week, man. Unless Cook is out, I am going to go with Fournette. So good luck. Appreciate the support.
I'm going Fournette here. I just think the Bucks get up and they just ride it out in the third, fourth quarter with Fournette. I'm Forney.
There we go. I love all the Twitchers. Got to give a shout out to the Twitch people. Always commenting back and forth. Do we like Chubb and Keenan Allen and Mike Evans this week? Yeah. Sure.
I'm fading Evans. I wrote an article about his wide matchup this week against Xavier Howard and Byron Jones. I think he has a similar week to last week, right? He had like 7 for 75. Not a bad day at all. Good wide receiver, 3 flex numbers. But if I have some upside plays, I would definitely consider them over Mike Evans. I just think he's going to be fine. I think he's going to give you that another 7 for 75 or 6 for 75 or something.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there, Bob. I love Chubb. I love Allen this week. Evans is the one that I'm kind of hesitant on, and I think there's a couple of different options there that you could peruse out on the waiver wire that might have a blast day. You just got to find them, dig deep.
I'm pretty big on Chubb and Hunt this week. Baker's banged up. He looked terrible last week, so Pick one: Higgins, Antonio Brown, or Waddle, Bob.
T. Higgins, baby. That Packers secondary without Jair Alexander is no longer a imposing matchup, and I think Packers put up points. T. Higgins.
I'm going Waddle. I love any team that's going up against the Bucs that should be behind in this game. I'm going Jalen Waddle.
I mean, I'm going Jalen Waddle too. I just want to pick on my Buccaneers. I mean, they got some guy named Cockrell back there who stinks, and he's paired up with Richard Sherman.
Bill's drafted him like
dude.
5 years ago. The guy just drove me absolutely nuts.
The guy is just not good. So, go with Jalen Waddle, Harris.
Stolen Fawn, again, thank you. And thanks for everybody contributing, everybody watching out there. We are contributing to Good Sports, which gives back. They create these kits with different equipment for the kids, which is what they need to go out there and play the sports that we all love. So thank you so much. We really appreciate you.
There we go. Thank you. Appreciate it, Stolen Fawn. I hope you win the helmet because you're killing it for the kids out there. Sleek. Full PPR, pick two. Chuba, Josh Jacobs, and Marv Jones, Bob. Who we got?
I got this weird gut feeling that Josh Jacobs is going to be decent today. And it's because Keem Hicks is out, the stud defensive tackle for the Bears. But the matchups and all my spreadsheets say Hubbard and Jones. So I'm going to go Hubbard and Jones because Buck's the gut guy. Who am I to say anything from the gut? So I'm going to go Hubbard and Marvin Jones.
Let me consult my gut locker real quick. The locker says chubhub.com, number one. And it's going to go with Josh Jacobs. He gets in the end zone. He frustrates everybody because he's going to have a 20 for 44 performance, but he will find the end zone to get you over that 10-point mark.
Oh, my goodness. Dude, Josh Jacobs, this guy, just crushing my soul this year. It's Chuba for sure. Chuba is my number one. I'm going with Bob, though. Sorry, Buck. I just can't trust Josh Jacobs. If Sky were here, he would say it's never Josh Jacobs. So it's Chuba and Marv Jones, Drew, Marvin. I always want to say MJD. I don't know what it is with that team, but it's just one of my favorite running backs of all time. So I will go Marvin Jones.
All right, we got Scotty back in the mix here. Buck Army, Bills Mafia, love you. Start a QB, Goff, Carr, or Trey Lance. Tricky one there, Bob. What do you got?
Oh, it's Trey Lance. I think this is good. It's an easy one for me. I think people figured out Goff's game. Throw it to Hockenson and running backs, and everyone's taking those guys away, and it hasn't been as good. So I'm going to go Trey Lance. I'm just going to take the upside of that San Francisco-Arizona game, and Lance's running ability. He had 7 carries in one half, so I like that.
I'm going Trey Lance, zero doubt in my mind on this one. Bucky, are you sticking with Carr?
I'm going with Derek Carr, yeah.
All right, there you go. Thank you, Scott. I got you in the drawing. Good luck, buddy. Back to Sleek, full point PPR, Schultz or Tyler Boyd? Bucky.
Ooh, tricky. Bob and I talked at length about Tyler Boyd and his slot matchup for this week. It's not looking great for T. Boyd. But I can't start Dalton Schultz over him. Dan Schultz, creator of Peanuts, the comic. I can't do it. I'm going Tyler Boyd here.
I'm gonna go with Schultz. Tyler Boyd to me is probably like a 5 for 60 day, and I think Schultz actually has a nice. So here's the key here. I talked about my player trends up show. I'm sorry, but the Blake Jarwin, Dalton Schultz was 50-50 in routes weeks 1 through 3. Last week, it went 19-9, and I think Schultz is starting to emerge as the clear one, and that's going to be huge, especially until Michael Gallup comes back. So I think Schultz in a good matchup against the Giants, who just lost Blake Martinez, their best middle linebacker. Give me Schultz.
You make such a compelling case there, Bobo. But I'm still going Tyler Boyd.
Did you ever see the documentary they did? It was like a 25-minute documentary on Blake Martinez. It was awesome. I don't know if you guys caught that.
Did not catch it.
Yeah, what a guy. Love that dude.
I also did not watch whatever you recommended in the Korean dub over last night, Buck.
Train to Busan.
Oh, I got injury news.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Devontae Parker is out. Waddle is going to be a go. I think Mike Gesicki, Waddle are goes this week.
Go Bucks, man. Cordell Patterson playing great again. Does he keep this up every week or does he eventually flop, Bob? What do you think? He looks good out there, man.
Yeah, I think he's just kind of a Swiss Army knife. I think they're lacking weapons. And I think as long as you understand that he's a flex play, you're going to be fine. But he's not going to get 3 touchdowns every week. He ran a route, 12 routes on like 40 dropbacks last week. So it's just a little fluky. But I think if you need a flex play, bye-week player, I think that's where he's going to fall into the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's clear that he will have involvement as the season progresses. You see it right off the jump there in that London game. He's just involved, period. So I think Cordell Patterson might be flex of the year. He's my flex of the year, Bob.
Oh, he could be a league winner, man. They figured out a way to get him the ball the right way. And there you go. Love that, Bob. I gotta go adjust some lineups here. John Kennedy joining us again. Full PPR, Devonta Smith, Allen Robinson, Chenault. I also have Mixon I could throw in there if active. Bucky.
All right. Gonna go Chenault here, which is crazy, but the matchup there for Chenault is plus. It's definitely the best of this bunch. And game flow, I feel like, should favor him over that of Robinson. Let's talk Allen Robinson for a minute, guys. You want to talk about seeing my therapist, Linda? The reason I do it is because of Allen Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I go in for those sessions and I say, my friend Allen has let me down too many times to count. She says, when was the last time you hung out with your friend Allen? I said, every Sunday, Linda. Every single Sunday.
Yep.
Bob,
listen, you don't have to get me started. You don't have to get me started on Allen Robinson. I all off season talked about Cooper Kupp. I drafted him a bunch of leagues. In my main league, I draft Allen Robinson because I'm like, you know what? I don't have any Allen Robinson. And then the next few picks, Cooper go. And I have to watch every week Cooper Kupp dominating, and I have Allen Robinson. I'm just like, I can't. It's Laviska Shenault. No team allows more points to the tight end, to the slot than the Tennessee Titans. It's Laviska. I talked about his ADOT increasing last week with DJ Chark out. I love that. Let's go Shenault.
I am going Chenault as well. Fireman there. Good luck, John.
I'm looking at Allen Robinson's stat line through 4 games, and I'm getting chills. I got to call Linda. Hold on. I got to call Linda.
Well, can we just say one thing too? He's run 119 routes in 4 games. Like, they don't throw the ball. Just to give you perspective, the Bucks number 196, like 80 more routes run for Godwin versus Allen Robinson. That's 20 a game. That's like, you're not going to get production getting, 25 routes. It's tough. It's not going to happen. So I'm out.
Bucky.
Thank you, John. Appreciate you as well.
Appreciate you, John.
You got that one already? We're good.
Thanks, John. Appreciate it, buddy. Good luck. I got your name entered to win the Dirty Bird signed helmet.
Good
the
call.
Curry Man 23 wants to know Lockett or Godwin in a trade, Bucky.
I'm always going for Tyler Lockett. I prefer Lockett over Godwin. Again, it's a 2-man show as far as pass catchers there in Seattle. You know what you're getting. You're getting a chunk of a 50-50 split there. With Godwin, you're talking about when Gronk comes back healthy, AB, Mike Evans, and then whoever the hell they throw at running back there. And Brady just spreads the love. He does it better than anyone in the game. So, yeah, if we're talking like high upside for a blowout performance from Godwin, I agree. That's probably a tendency there where we see these players and you see them blow up for 1 week, but then the next week, the shift is totally taken place and they're looking at other targets there because they are so plentiful. I'm going with Tyler Lockett here.
Buck, does your thought process change now? It's Geno for the next 6 weeks?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. I thought Geno actually looked good.
It looked like he just locked in on DK. Listen, I think you're right. I talked about this yesterday too. I think that's fine. I just think Godwin, I'm going to take Godwin because of I just don't know. He's not Russell Wilson. So I just think I'm going to take Godwin in this one.
I've been giving my boy Chris Godwin a hard time today. Because I just think AB's a better player, but I'm with Bob on this one. I'm not a Geno Smith guy. Yeah, great. He looked good for a half or whatever it was. I'm going Godwin. better offense, better quarterback, obviously. Harris, Lenny Fournette, or Josh Jacobs? Bob, standard format.
Leonard Fournette has a top 10 run game matchup this week in my metrics, so I'm going Leonard Fournette.
Yeah, it's Lenny. I'm getting Fournette again.
Yeah,
Nice.
It's Lenny all day. Kyle Pitts with another catch. I am just getting all sorts of excited over here for Kyle Pitts. I love it. Sorry, I lost my spot. Give me 1 sec here. There we go.
Is Arthur Smith serious with his sideburns? What is the deal there? Bob, have you seen that?
No, I'm gonna check back in and report, but I don't know what's going on with that.
I mean, he had to have lost a bet. That can't be real.
The fact that I didn't bet Kyle Pitts over receptions today, I feel so stupid.
I just hope the young ho can make this.
You guys are ahead of me. I'm streaming right now. You guys are not streaming. I'm like,
I'm streaming. I'm
hardwired in. I got young ho just about to boot a 52-yarder here. By the way, I do feel that the NFL being on in conjunction with us is impacting our numbers. I'm just gonna say it. Like,
probably, yeah.
But you'll see at like 11:30, or I guess 12:30 we'll be slammed.
Young ho, good.
I haven't seen that yet either. I'm watching on my iPad here. I traded Kareem Hunt for Amari Cooper. I also have Aaron Jones and Najee Harris. Did he win the trade?
Yeah, I get a Kareem Hunt always, I guess. I don't know what to tell you.
No, I mean, traded for Amari Cooper, already has a stable there with Aaron Jones and Najee. I think all you did there was take a guy that's getting some of the top target shares in the league. I'm down with it.
Yeah, in a vacuum, I'd rather have Amari Cooper. But, yeah, without knowing the receivers, I think it's fine. I think Cooper is one of the most underrated receivers in the game.
I agree with that. Ruggs for Evans and still keep Chase starting. Are you benching Mike Evans for Ruggs is the question here. I am not. I'm never going to do that, ever. Maybe these guys
I can't do it. I just can't do it. No, not doing it.
Yeah, I'm going to still go with Evans. I think you can see that 7 for 70 line, and you're fine.
Another Evans question. Do I start Chase over Evans, and bench Mike Evans for Zach Moss in a non-PPR? Buck.
I start Chase Harris here, no doubt about it, in my opinion. And then I bench Mike Evans for Zachy Moss definitely in a standard format.
I'm going to go Moss and Chase.
Yeah, I will too, actually, there. All right. Mini Jordan, which kicker this week? Greg Joseph, Bullock, Suckup, Crosby, Folk, Blankenship.
Bullock. It's always been about Reggie Bullock.
Oh, man. I'm really tempted to go Suckup. That worked out pretty well last week. But I will go Bullock as well. There you go. Good luck, buddy. Ooh, here's an interesting... Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Buck.
Super chat here. Chuck, back again. Opinion on Dawson Knox in a standard league. So in a standard league, I think Dawson Knox actually has the most upside compared to that of a PPR format. He's really just factoring in the red zone. And that's where it matters in a standard league. Like you want a guy that's going to get you 60 yards and a touchdown at tight end. You're not worried about him stacking up 5, 6, 7 receptions. The upside is simply the Bills' offense is one of the best in the league, number one. Number two, he's starting to build on quite a frustrating start to his NFL career, right? He was tasked with making sure that he could, A, catch the football. We've seen some crazy circus catches, but then you see him drop balls. So this year, he seemed to evolve into a threat in the red zone and somebody that Josh Allen is looking for regularly. I'm gonna say that I'm huge on Dawson Knox for the rest of the year. Not this week though, because this week he's coming off 3 straight weeks with a touchdown. They will look to negate him in the red zone, but rest of season, big fan of him in the standard format.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on who your options are this week, Chuck. Appreciate the support, man, but I'm a Knox guy. I've always been a Knox guy. All right, Bob, welcome back. Jalen Waddle or DJ Moore? It's hard to bench DJ Moore right now, no?
You're muted, Bobby.
Hey guys, sorry about that. Yeah, I heard there was a kicker question earlier. I'm like, God, of course, right when I walk away. Classic, right?
It's Bullock though, right?
Randy Bullock all day, baby. He's in my metric top 5. Anyway, sorry, back to that. Yeah, so I'm gonna go DJ. I'm gonna stay with DJ Moore. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure something out real quick. Against the Eagles, yeah, I think I'm still gonna go DJ Moore. He's established himself as the alpha, so I'm gonna go with him.
Yeah, it's DJ Moore for me here. I love Waddle. I love the upside for today, but DJ Moore is getting the start in this situation.
Yeah, I agree. I would try to get them both in there if possible, but Dick Sensei, parkour.
Dude, you guys ever tried to do the parkour before?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh man, I went through a little phase back at the University of Florida. I was doing a little bit of parkour.
Wow.
It got ugly, man. Like a fat dude trying to do parkour. It was not good. A lot of torn ligaments. I tore my groin doing parkour. Really, it was a time in my life when I think back, and I did enjoy the parkour, but it wasn't that great. Let's get to the next question here. We got one here from Chuck Hicks. What's Mike Evans's trade value? Bob?
Okay, so first of all, this is how I've always viewed trades. The key here is number one, you're gonna have to trade Mike Evans. If you're gonna do 1-for-1, it's got to be a different position. If you want to trade Mike Evans, you got to go after a running back because it's hard to evaluate to get equal value for both receiver for receiver. But if you want to take Mike Evans and pair him with another RB2 wide receiver and upgrade a position, that's something you do as well. I think he's fine. I think he has plenty of good value. I just think that for me personally, it's a loaded question. We need to know what you're trying to do. Are you trying to get an RB? Are you trying to get an upgrade at the wide receiver position? Personally, Mike Evans has trade value. He is fine. I mean, last week in a very tough matchup, he ended up getting 7 for 75. So I think he's got a great floor. But in my opinion, I need to know what you're trying to get. You're trying to get an RB. We can talk about that. If you're trying to get an upgrade, we can talk about a 2-for-1 with Evans to maybe get an elite player. But yes, he has good trade value in those scenarios.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I couldn't agree more. I mean, I want to get something good for him, though. He's still Brady's guy, in my opinion. Harris wants to know, Mike, I'm assuming this is Gesicki or Jared Cook?
Gesicki.
That's all day on that one, buddy. All day. Hot Lotto picks. Good morning. Eckler, Harris, Taylor. Start 2. Bob.
Taylor's one of my sits of the week, so I'm going to go Harris and Eckler.
It's a good trio, man.
Eckler's definitely in. And then I'll go Najee here. I agree with you, Bob.
I would go Eckler and Taylor for me. I mean, the targets are appealing, though. I'm changing my mind. I'm going with you. Clean sweep. Good luck.
Eckler, Harris, hot lotto picks. Hit me in the DMs. I need some good lotto numbers.
That's just an embarrassment of riches to have those 3 running backs on your team. I love it. Good for you, man. You're welcome, Sleek. You guys are doing an awesome thing, partnering up and donating to the charity. You got it, man. Glad to give back. Does Tannehill bounce back today, Bob?
Yes. Against Jacksonville with A.J. Brown? Absolutely.
Leonard Fournette or Mike Williams in a standard format, Buck?
Leonard Fournette.
Leonard Fournette. Mike Williams is a real tough matchup on the outside this week.
I am also going to go with Lenny Fournette. Greg wants to know, start 1 APR. Pittman, Waddle, Devonta Smith. Is Waddle a must start with Parker out? To me, he is, man, especially over – I mean, Pittman's a nice player. Devonta Smith a nice player as well. But I'm going Waddle against that banged-up Bucs secondary. They stink. Cockrell stinks. Get him in there.
Cockrell.
And that hair, dude. Oh.
I guess if Smith versus Waddle, I think I'd take Waddle. I think I'm going to take the upside. They're going to be chasing points all day against the Bucs.
Yeah, I'm going to go Waddle here, bud. Thanks, Greg.
Joey, start Antonio Gibson versus the Saints or Chase Edmonds versus SF, Buck?
I mean, the issue here is Edmonds' health, so it's Gibson for me.
Gibson has a fractured shin. So, I mean, like, both these guys are, like, very questionable of all this stuff. So, I think I'm going to go Chase Edmonds because of the matchup, and I believe in him a little bit more this week. Gibson, we talked about this, Buck, on our show Wednesday. Gibson against the Saints, he's become one-dimensional. He's a fade for me this week.
The problem is, you've got the early game there. What if Edmonds doesn't go? That's
my issue.
I'm going Gibson, man, just because I'm not 100% certain that Edmonds is going to play.
All right, so clarification here from Charlie. Charlie asked earlier about Mike Evans' trade value. He's looking for an upgrade at RB. Bob, what's a running back? What's the range that you're kind of looking at there? Throw a couple of names at us.
Bob, before you answer real quick, I want to give some context on this. I actually just traded for Mike Evans, and the running back that it gave up was Chase Edmonds in a standard format.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the biggest thing for me is you got to look at I'm trying to just comb through some of the names that I'm looking at here. It's tough because Montgomery would have been a nice one. He's now hurt. Mixon's banged up. Darrell Henderson is someone I would target. Darrell Henderson is getting an insane workload, but people are not believing in him yet. So if you can get a guy like Darrell Henderson, that's someone I would definitely target. But I would also look at pairing him, maybe taking your RB2, pairing it with Mike Evans, and trying to go get a guy like a Nick Chubb coming off a slower game. In that range, I would definitely look at. But 1-for-1 running backs, it's tough. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is someone to monitor, but I think Darrell Henderson would be my main target. But you have to be realistic. You have to look at the team. Is Mike Evans going to start and or improve the team you're trading him to? So that's what you have to do. Take a look at your league. And also, you can reach out to us. You can come back later. If you want to send us some thoughts about other teams in your league that might work, that's fine. Hey, hit us up later. But you can also hit us up on our DMs because, you could send me a full screenshot of both teams with Darrell Henderson, see if it makes sense for Mike Evans. But the guy I would target out of everybody would be Darrell Henderson.
All right, we got here Jason Zack. Thank you so much. You just bought a kid a glove. Love you. We got Jamar Chase or T. Higgins. A little mano-a-mano on the same team here. Full PPR. Levy, what are your thoughts here? Chase or Higgins?
Oh, hate making the choice. But I'm gonna go Chase. I think the upside's a bit higher there for the touchdown, so I will go with Chase.
Yeah. I think Higgins was the more secure play. He got more targets and receptions when they played together. And since it's full PPR, I think I'm going to go Higgins. I'm going to go with him right back into my lineup.
Believe it or not, I'm going to go Higgins as well for the same reason. I think the volume share, which I talked about earlier with Chase, it's not there with the volume of targets, but his efficiency when he gets the football, it's just been off the charts. I'm going with T. Higgy here. Put it up for my guy, Sky, one time. Hit him with the T. Higgy. I'm going T. Higgins.
There you go. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it. Mini Jordan, we answered this one earlier. Bob and I went Ferkser, and Bucky said someone that was not on the list. Who'd you say, Buck? I totally
Tyler Conklin.
Tyler Conklin. Minnesota.
There you go. Bob, Trey Lance, Joe Burrow, or Taylor Heineke today?
I like Joe Burrow a lot against the Packers, man. I do. I'm going to go Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow, without a shadow of a doubt. Although, Heineke, I wouldn't be shocked if Heineke throws for 300 yet again.
I'm gonna go Joe Burrow as well. I kind of like all those guys this week, but I'm going Joe Burrow. DJ Moore or Jamar Chase, Buck?
DJ Moore. If we're talking PPR here, Harris, it's DJ Moore. If we're talking a standard, I'm going to go with Jamar Chase just because of that big play upside.
Yeah. Philly's been so good against outside receivers this year, though. I'm going to go Jamar Chase. No Jair Alexander.
I'm going DJ Moore. I just can't sit him right now. He has emerged as the alpha, as you said. Mm-hmm. Carlos, full PPR, 2 flex spots. Brandon Cooks, Marvin Jones, or Nyheim Hines. We need 2 of these 3, Bob. Who you got?
I am not playing Brandon Cooks at all today. I'm going to go Marvin Jones and Nyheim Hines.
Brandon Cooks still has to eat, Bob. Brandon Cook, Marvin Jones.
Yeah, the targets are going to be there for Cook. So I'm going Cooks and Jones. Good luck to you, Carlos. Yeah, we answered this one. We went Gesicki there over Cook, even though you have Herbert. Everton Jordan, what's up? Friend of the Talking Tottenham pod.
Yeah.
Half point PPR, 2 out of Damian Harris, James Conner, and Kareem Hunt, Bucky, for your boy.
Ooh.
Who you got?
Hey, EJ, great to have you on here, buddy. Love you. Appreciate the question here. Kareem Hunt's in. Here's the thing with Damian Harris. That situation is ever shifting. I don't know what to make of it up there. I really don't. You're going to have a choice to make, and you have to make it earlier rather than later. I'm going to go Damian Harris and Kareem Hunt. And don't kill me if Connor actually ends up starting and excelling in this match, pal. But Damian Harris, Kareem Hunt.
Harris is a fan. Down 4 offensive linemen. That's really tough.
I know.
Tough, but this matchup is just insanely good for the Pats. The Patriots are one of those weird teams that they can just replace players all the time. I don't know why. So I'm still going to roll with Harris and I think Connor. We're not going to be able to tell you anything until we know that Edmonds is out, and we can't. He's a late window game. Patriots play at 1. So do the Browns play later, right? Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'm gonna go Hunt and Harris anyway.
Yeah, I'm a Damian Harris fan. I know it's not ideal, the situation right now, but I'm going Hunt and Harris. Good luck, buddy. Bucky, take over for me. I will be right back.
I got you here. Hot Lotto picks coming in. Steelers defense or Cowboys defense, Bob?
I'm going to go Steelers. I think, Teddy B doesn't turn the ball over. I don't really know if I'm into either one of these, to be honest with you. I think I'm going to go Steelers. Yeah.
I'm going Steelers here. I think the Steelers, they have a good pass rush. They confuse quarterbacks. I'm going for Steelers. They could confuse Teddy B. Don't be shocked by it. All right. Kashif, how you doing? Aaron Rodgers or Jalen Hurts? I love this question, Bob. What are your thoughts on that pairing?
I'm going to go Jalen Hurts. I just think that the rushing upside that he brings every week, Cincinnati game is a little concerning because, I don't have a good answer for this one either. I think I like both these guys. I'm going to go Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Jalen Hurts here. I think Hurts is, if you're a Philadelphia fan, you have to be frustrated at the fact that he's putting up numbers in fantasy world. And that's where we're living, because in the real world, they are struggling. So Jalen Hurts is my pick here, rushing upside. I'll take that every time over Aaron Rodgers, who has been dicey up and down. EJ back in the mix. PPR for the wife. Hello, Shannon. Hope you're doing well. Take a chance on Mixon or put in Lat Murray. Bob, I'm teeing you up, buddy. All you got to do is swing the club.
Lat Murray. I'm teed up. I'm just going to go Lat. I'm not going to take the risk of Mixon.
Again, I only have a gut muscle. I don't have lats. But what I do believe in is a man called Lat Murray. I'm going Lat Murray here. I mean, Bob, let's just talk about Lat Murray in general. This is what he does. It's never why hasn't any team given him the crown and say, Latavius Murray, you are our running back? Instead, he has to creep in the back door, beg for a job, and then all of a sudden he starts scoring tons of touchdowns come week 5. This is every single year for Lat Murray. What is the deal there?
He was given the big time workload with the Raiders, and then he didn't get any real buzz. They went to Minnesota. And Minnesota drafted Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook gets hurt the first year. He has a great first season with them. He looked the part, but he played behind Dalvin Cook. He played behind Alvin Kamara. But he ascended 18 carries last week. So I think, what's the point of rolling the dice on an injured Mixon? And also the Bengals' run offense isn't even that good anyway. So a healthy Mixon struggles, let alone an injured Mixon. So I'm going to go Lat Murray. I think he's going to get at least 15, 20 carries this week.
Yeah, I'm with you there on Lat Murray. Joey, welcome to the show, pal. Would you start both Marvin Jones Jr. and Laviska Shenault, or swap one of them out for Tyler Boyd or Sutton, Cortland Sutton.
I would tell you to start Sutton over Marvin Jones. If the injury scares me, though, an injury on a Friday practice, he rolls his ankle. I don't know how effective he's going to be today. I'm not going to take that risk. I'm going to go Marvin Jones and Shenault in a shootout with the Tennessee Titans. We just brought this up on our show earlier this week, Buck. Gardner Minshew threw for 303 last year against them, so I feel like this could be another fun one in this matchup.
Give me the Jags. I'm going with the Jags for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Sutton if he's playing, and then I'm gonna go Laviska Shenault actually over Marvin Jones for this week. I'm back on the Visca train, boys. You can't stop me. It's a train to Busan, and there are no zombies.
Dude, I just put him in like 3 lineups because of the Devontae Parker. I was banking on Parker just shredding the Bucks today, and now I got to pivot.
Bob's made a couple of strong calls for Devontae Parker that have failed, so I'm glad he's rendered inactive.
Dude, Parker is one of those guys that I've been a truther on for years, so I'm with you, Bob, man. It's been a roller coaster with Devontae Parker.
I'm not sure what you're talking about. I don't remember making a strong call for Devontae Parker.
Listen, let's just say I got a chip on my shoulder, Bob. I remember. Right. Yeah. I remember week 2 like it was yesterday, and you were saying Devontae Parker goes for $1 over the Bills, and no way, Jose. He did nothing.
Oh yeah,
he was rendered useless, and that has just been brewing within me, and I apologize for bringing it to the limelight right now, Bob.
Yeah, sorry, man. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I apologize that he didn't have his big game against the Bills. My one call, I didn't even say he was a good play. I just said he had good matchups in the past against the Bills. I apologize, though. If anybody started Devontae Parker because of that call, I apologize. But make sure you listen to the whole show. We talk about why we like other players over other players.
There you go. True.
Sorry.
For
Bob.
Mindy, she wants to know PPR flex, Galladay, Beasley, or Lat Murray at tight end, Jared Cook or Ertz. Buck, who you got?
Nurse Mindy, I got a gut, and my gut is telling me in this matchup, I'm going Lat Murray, number 1, and then it gets very tricky for your tight end. My gut tells me Ertz, and I'm going to go Ertz here just because I think the utilization is there. Jared Cook, though, so many targets, it's hard for me to play Ertz over him. I just have a gut feeling Ertz gets in the end zone today.
Yeah, they're playing the Ravens, right, this week? No, it's next week. Sorry. Chargers got the Browns. Yeah, I'm gonna go Ertz here in that game. I think that should be fine. He's got a decent matchup, but he's actually in one of the matchup previews for the tight ends. And then for the PPR flex, I'm gonna, that Kansas City game does have rain. They're calling for rain. I'm not sure if I'm really excited about the fringe pass catchers outside of Diggs, Hill, and Kelsey. So I think I'm fading Beasley. Galladay is going to be shadowed by Trayvon Diggs, but I like Galladay this week. I'm going to go Galladay and Ertz.
I will go with Ertz as well. And I'm actually with you. I'm going Galladay, Mindy. I think with the injuries there with Slayton and Shepard both being out, I like Tony this week in those deep leagues or DFS tournaments. I'm playing Tony in a couple spots, but I like Galladay naturally as well. The target volume will be there. So Galladay and Ertz for me. I'm just not a Jared Cook guy. I'm not sure what the question is here. Should I trade target PPR tight ends? I don't know. Just asking who to trade for. Maybe Goddard. I like trading for Goddard right now.
Oh yeah. If you're trying to it's tough to find a trade for a tight end. You have to find a team that has 2 of them, right? And then maybe you can get one of them. So that's a loaded question. Find a team in your league that has 2 tight ends, like a Goddard, like a Higbee on their bench or something, and then it might make sense to do that because it's really tough to stream tight end.
Yeah, absolutely. Chuba or Gibson? I know your answer on this one. Half point PPR.
Yeah, it's Chuba. Yeah, I think the matchup's there. Yeah, Gibson against New Orleans is not a matchup with a fractured shin. I'm good. I'm going to take Chuba.
There we go. I agree. So go Chuba there with confidence. Ravens or Titans defense, Bob? Who you got?
Titans get the Jags. Ravens have the Colts. I'm going to go Ravens.
Yeah, all day Ravens for me as well. Harris wants to know DJ Moore, Jamar Chase, or Marvin Jones. Bucky, who you got?
DJ Moore, if it's a PPR, we kind of talked about it earlier, Harris. I would love to know the format here. Assuming PPR, I'm going DJ over Chase and Jones.
The matchup says Marvin Jones, but I think I'm going to go Jamar Chase. I think that Packers game is going to be good for the Bengals passing attack, so I think I'm going to go Jamar Chase.
I'm going to go DJ Moore. I've said his name a few times now. Seems for whatever reason people are doubting him, but I like DJ Moore. 5-1-0. Full PPR, 2 of 3. Cooks, Hawkinson, and Dawson Knox. We got 2 tight ends. Are we playing both tight ends over Cooks, Bob?
Yeah. Against the Patriots. Bill Belichick takes away the number 1. He's not going to let Brandon Cooks, their only weapon, beat him, and he's going to take Cooks away, force Davis Mills to do whatever he's got to do, and it's going to be ugly. And I think it's TJ Hawkinson and Dawson Knox for me.
Yeah. Oddly enough, I'm opting for the tight ends. Dawson Knox, 3 straight weeks. I wouldn't bank on a touchdown performance. He will be involved, though. And the fact is, if he is involved in the red zone, he's probably going to catch a touchdown. I'm going Dawson Knox. Hawkinson is an easy slot in for me.
Super chat, boys.
Yep, I'm gonna go with the 2 tight ends as well, believe it or not.
Moss or Gibson, Buck?
Well, this is like Tale of Two Cities here. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the work. You got Gibson, number 1. Where's the PPR productivity? Where's it at? I wish we were talking about Gibson from last year. If we were talking about Gibson from last year, this is a very easy decision to go Gibson. Volume will be there on the ground for him. However, Zach Moss gets a touchdown. I'm going with Moss Savage.
Right.
Yeah, I'm actually going Moss as well, man. I feel pretty good about him this week.
Yeah, official Savage too. That game is called rain, so maybe they lean a little more towards the run. So I'm going to go Moss in this one. So back to you, Ryan.
Yeah, I'm feeling a 15 carry day for Moss and a tutty. Let's go. Had Woods and DK this week. Big W. Hey, don't count your chickens before they hatch, buddy. But good luck.
DK Metcalf.
Start Javonte Williams or Elijah Mitchell in a half-point PPR.
Javonte.
Yeah, let's go Javonte. Does anybody have anything on it? Of course, our resident 49ers guy is not here today. Classic. I just don't know. I don't have a pulse on the Mitchell sermon thing, but hopefully maybe within the next hour, keep tuning in. I'll keep looking at the inactive stuff, see if anything pops up. Mitchell's going to play. It could be a split, but I'm going to take the known situation. At least I know Javonte is going to get 12 touches to 15.
You know, I'm actually going to go Mitchell in this scenario. I've got him in several leagues. I spent a lot of fab budget on him, and I feel like he just fits this offense better than Sermon does. So I'm going to go Mitchell here. I hate to admit it, but I also started him over Pitts. I had a Waller Pitts situation, and I in my flex started Mitchell over Pitts in one league. But I did start Pitts in a lot of leagues, man. I've got like literally 8 shares of Pitts this year.
Listen, man. We all have Pitts.
Go ahead.
Right? You got to let it go.
I'm going to change my answer. I'm rolling with you, Rye. Let's do it. You know what? I'm going with Elijah Mitchell. Let's make it happen. I'm sold. Let's do it.
Dude, it only took me four weeks to finally sell Bob on changing his mind on a guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I get it. I think you're right, though. I think Elijah Mitchell just had that explosive look to him. And I'm like, Ryan is just spitting facts. The guy, quarterly. You spit quarterly every 4 weeks. You come up with the buyer. Week 8, I can't wait. Week when we get to week 9, week 9, I'm going to be like Ryan and big Ryan week. Big Ryan week.
That's my lucky number, too.
So,
week 9.
Levy focuses on the QBRs, the quarterly business reviews, and he just wants to make sure he makes the shift at that juncture there.
Absolutely.
All right, we got one here. Timmy Westby, how you doing? Morning, fam. Need a D. He's got Bears, Packers, Vikings, Cowboys, or any other deep sleeper. We're going to start there, and then Brady over Rodgers. I start Rodgers over Brady today. I do that. I start Rodgers over Brady today. The coverage is so good on the outside for the Dolphins. It's just going to be tough sledding for Tom. And let's be honest. Let's call a spade a spade. It hasn't looked great with Tom this year. Not so far. With the defense here, I'm gonna go with the Bears.
I'll jump in here real quick. I'm going Rodgers over Brady this week. Brady just, I don't know if it was the rain last week or what, just didn't look good. Hasn't looked great. He's looked fine, but yeah, I hate to say it, but I'm going Rodgers. But I'm actually going to go with the Vikings here at home, taking on the Lions. I've been to that stadium a couple times. The energy is real there. Once you hear that Viking horn, man, I'll tell you what. Ooh! Put him in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bears. Their pass rush is legit. I think they can probably get some pressure on Carr. And I just think that for the Brady Aaron Rodgers situation, I think it's just the other offense, right? I believe a little more that the Bengals can put up points this week, forcing more game flow to Rodgers than I think Jacoby Brissett against Tampa Bay. So I'm going to lean Rodgers in that scenario.
There you go.
Levy,
good luck, Tim.
Levy, what was the name of the guy who was like a volunteer for the Vikings? He looked like an actual Viking, and he would ride his motorcycle out in the field, and then he left because he claimed that they wouldn't pay him enough to do what he was doing out of his own goodwill. I mean, what was his name? Trogdor or something like that?
I forget I know exactly who you're talking about, but he's a great super fan. Like he's a good one for sure.
Yeah, I can't believe he just said, "Hey, can I do this?" and never thought about compensation prior to doing this.
Right.
And then you go on strike and you boycott it. Yeah.
Dude, they serve cheese curds in the stadium up there. It's awesome.
I love cheese curds so much. Bob, you ever had a cheese curd?
Dairy destroys me, Buck. So just the word cheese curd, I almost had to just leave the show. I had to just get out of here. Just sit on the toilet, even though I didn't have a cheese curd. Just the lactose made me feel like the thought of that lactose just going through, I would have been out. There would be no live shows if I'm crushing cheese curds.
Oh man.
Back to you, Ryan.
This is the tough question here. Nicholas he has an embarrassment of riches for the flex this week. James Robinson, Damian Williams, or Chuba Hubbard. Come on. That's a sick. I don't even want to know who your 1 and 2 are because that's great, man. Bucky.
Chuba Hubbard here, without a doubt.
Ooh.
Man, this is really good. All three of these matchups are in. Actually, I'll just pop it up right now. I made the graphic for us. All three of these guys are featured in the top 10, right? So James Robinson's 3 versus Tennessee. You got Damian Williams versus the Raiders. You also have Chuba Hubbard against Philly in the top 10. I think I'm just going to go with the way they used Chuba as a workhorse. Last week, he had 13 of the 16 carries. I think he gets it done this week. I'm going to go Chuba.
Man, this is a really tough question, Nicholas. I'm actually going to go James Robinson. He looked good the last couple of weeks. The shares are there. Talk about a workhorse right now. But I like all the options this week. So good luck. Go with Hubbard though. 2 against 1. Lamar or Hurts, Bob?
Let's check this puppy out here. We got a little time here. I'm gonna pull. I just want to make sure the Ravens are playing the Colts, and then Jalen Hurts playing Carolina. Give me Lamar.
Lamar for me.
Yeah, all day I'm going Lamar. I don't love the matchup for Hurts. Chuba, Gibson, or Madison if Cook doesn't play. Half-point PPR for Randy Acosta, Buck.
Chuba. I think we're either going to live or die with Chuba today. Chubhub.com.
Yeah. Well, so are we going to know the Minnesota game? We're going to know in a couple minutes, right? If Cook is out, I'm going to go Madison against Detroit. But if Cook is in, it's going to be Chuba.
I'm anxiously awaiting like official news on Mixon and Cook. Like those are 2 big ones that I've got a close eye on.
I'm loaded right now. Let's do this. I got Twitter. I got inactive already typed in, and I'm ready just to hit refresh. I'm gonna get us.
I got Shefty. I got Shefty on auto reset here, trying to figure this out.
I'm going Chuba, Randy. Let's go, baby. I do have James Conner on bench, but not sure if he'll outperform whichever tight end should be at my flex. I don't remember the tight ends that he had. Oh, he had Hockenson and Knox.
Yeah.
Would you?
No.
I kind of like Connor over Knox.
I like Connor over Knox.
Yeah, if Edmonds is out. Yeah, if Edmonds is out, I'd play Connor over Knox as well. Because you can wait until the 4:00 window because they play at night. So if Edmonds is out, play Connor. If Edmonds is in, play Knox.
There you go. DJ Moore or Stephon Diggs, Bucky.
Stephon Diggs, shootout. It's going down. I see a comment that we'll talk about here in a moment. Stephon Diggs, he's been consistent, but he hasn't had that one game that just sets him off. I think that game is tonight at 8:25 local time. I think it's Stephon Diggs here.
Yeah, the Kansas City Chiefs secondary has been very susceptible to out wide receivers where Diggs makes his living. I'm going to go Diggs, even in the rain. I think I'm going to go Diggs.
Yeah, I'm going Diggs all day there. Am I crazy real quick? I'm setting one of my own lineups here. I have to start either Samaje Perine or James Conner because I've lost everybody. So I'm going with Conner, right? Even if Edmonds is playing?
Even if Mixon is playing? I mean,
no.
I don't think Mixon is playing. I'll be honest. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm going with Samaje Perine.
Either way,
it pains me.
or
Yeah.
just if Mixon doesn't play.
If Mixon's playing, then absolutely not, sir. Yeah, I'm going to go with Perine.
This is stressing me out, man.
Yeah, I don't know about that. It looks like Mixon's active today, so I think Cortland Sutton is active today.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of tough decisions.
Run us through it, Bob. You got the rap sheet there?
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch. So, the Packers are going to be down 2 starting offensive linemen, Josh Myers and Jenkins. So that's interesting. But at the same time, you're going to roll with your Packers and live and die by that. We already brought this up in my show yesterday, but the Bucs are going to be officially down 2 starting DBs. Gronk's officially out. The Bengals, nothing really to report. Looks like Cortland Sutton is active this week, and it also looks like Melvin Gordon is officially in, so that's good news for them. Nothing really on the Detroit Lions. Haven't seen Minnesota come through just yet. Josh Lambo, the kicker for the Jaguars, is out. Big kicker news. Brought to you by Bombinetta Hot Sauce.
God bless the Lambo.
We talked about this yesterday's show. 2 of their other receivers for the Washington football team are out. De'Ami Brown, Cam Sims. Could be a good day for Adam Humphries in the slot. And Eagles. Left tackle is back in. That's good news. Lane Johnson is out. Parker is officially inactive. Julio is out. Nick Westbrook is out. Interesting. So it looks like Josh Reynolds is going to be the number 2 this week in that game, which could be interesting behind A.J. Brown. J.J. Taylor is inactive. That's interesting. He was supposed to be the next guy. I think that's going to help. I talked about this in my pregame, my show yesterday. Damian Harris actually paced the team in routes last week with the first game without James White. And I think that's going to help boost him a little bit. Because Brandon Bolden's is a special team guy, and now they have J.J. Taylor out. It looks like Ramondre Stevenson is in. So it looks like maybe Ramondre Stevenson could be a guy you scoop up, put on your bench, see what they do with him this week. Maybe he takes the passing game role. I'm not sure, but they're flipping J.J. Taylor and putting in Ramondre Stevenson. He's officially active. And that's all I got for now. We'll circle back in a little bit.
Cook is out. Dalvin Cook is out, folks. So that leads us to our next super chat here, Stolen Fawn. Cook is out. Madison over Fournette in this situation. Yeah?
Yeah. Wheels up on Madison. Wheels up.
We're not making that mistake
twice. We're not making that mistake twice. It's wheels up.
Alexander Madison.
Check if he's available
founding
too.
fathers. Founding father of this country.
Where's Jamison Crowder in this game, by the way? I'm not happy watching this. I just hate to see it. You gotta man, Madison. I've got a lot of shares of Madison. This is big news for me, actually. I like it.
Well, Zack Wilson's 8 for 17 for 66 yards and an interception. So
yeah, not great.
No one's going to be doing too good. But let's hope for some garbage time. Down 20-9, 4:52 left in the third quarter. So
Yeah, I need some Corey Davis in a bad way, boys.
Dude, he was open for a touchdown and he missed him. I don't know if you saw that.
It's not surprising. I watched him at BYU.
Appreciate all the support, Savage. I've got you entered into the drawing for the Dirty Bird signed helmet here several times, so appreciate that. Amari Cooper or Kadarius Toney today, Bob?
Oh, it's Cooper still. Yeah, I know the James, he did really bad last year against the Giants. James Bradbury shut him down last year. Shoot. Oh, God. I just don't think I'm taking the leap of faith with Toney versus Cooper. So I'm going to lean Cooper a little bit here.
Bucky?
Yeah, I'm going Amari. It's always Amari.
Yeah, it's Amari for me as well. Chiefs Kingdom, just raining on your parade, Buck.
What was that? What was that last one? Zimmer is going to be eating your lunch, Nicholas. And, I hope it's a good lunch. I hope it got packed up real good.
Jordan, happy football day to you as well. Pick 2 in a PPR. Devonta Smith, Damian Williams, Chuba Hubbard. Bob.
Williams and Hubbard.
Damian Williams is in. Hubbard's in.
Yeah, I'm going with the running backs, no doubt there. Good luck, Jordan. Are we trusting Mixon if he plays or flex Emanuel Sanders, Buck?
That's a good question here, Self. So my perspective is I'm not trusting Mixon, number one. I'm going to go with Sanders in a PPR. Sanders has been involved from day one. He's growing into this offense every single week. Emanuel Sanders, he's kind of the forgotten man as far as how that defense targets the Buffalo receivers. He's coming up good.
The news on Mixon doesn't sound great. It sounds like he might even be like an emergency back type guy. I know the rain situation kind of make things a little cloudy for the Sunday night game, but I'm going to go Emanuel Sanders because the Chiefs are more susceptible out wide where Sanders is versus in the slot. So I favor Sanders over Beasley in a vacuum, and I would take Sanders in this scenario.
I'll go Sanders here. This is actually kind of tough for me on this one. I just wish they would have ruled out Mixon. I don't see why he's playing. Oh, Jets getting the ball back. There we go. All right. Morning, Victor. What's up, buddy? In a tight end premium league, I need to choose 2 of these players to flex: Dawson Knox, Zach Ertz, Austin Hooper, Terrace Marshall, and Bob, the disappointment Anderson. Bob, who we got?
In tight end premium, I'm going to go Dawson Knox. I think that's pretty much a slam dunk. Listen, Knox, I talked about this in my player trends episode. He's running more routes than Cole Beasley. He ran 3 less routes than Diggs. That was not happening last year. So the usage is there. He's got a good matchup against Kansas City. And I think that's why I'm going to lead Dawson Knox because Hooper, forget about it. Marshall has not done anything all year. And Anderson has been, like you said, a disappointment.
Well, you need 2 here, Bob.
Oh, sorry.
2
guys.
of those 5. Yep.
Yeah. Philadelphia is. Yeah, you know what? I'll roll the dice. I'm going to roll the dice on Terrace Marshall here then. I'm going to go Marshall and Knox. My apologies.
No problem, man. I'm going to go Knox here, and I'm going to actually go Zach Ertz. If it's a tight end premium, you're getting a little bit more loving out of those guys. And when you look at Hooper, Marshall, Anderson, I just prefer Ertz with his target share that he's had over the last 4 weeks.
Yeah, I'll go with Knox and Ertz as well, actually, believe it or not. Here we go. Javonte Williams or Jacoby Myers on the Twitch machine. Half point PPR, flex. Bob.
I'm going to go Myers.
Oh,
I'm going Myers here.
Bob.
Myers as well.
Myers for me. Another Twitch machiner. What's up? What's up to you? Thanks for tuning in.
Hi, baby.
Damian Williams, Damian Harris, or Antonio Gibson for my RB2 slot, Bob.
I'm going to go Damian Williams because of the injuries to the Pats offensive line.
Going with Damian Williams here.
Damian Williams as well. Good morning. Full PPR. Choose a tight end to pick up. Ferkser, Arnold, Dwelly, Uzoma. Pull up the graphic or Mo Alley Cox. Who do you have, Bob? I know you're just itching to answer this one.
Yeah, well, I just created just kind of like a general versus expectation matchup chart for tight ends, and this is kind of the guys that stood out. Ferkser, Uzama, both are quality starts this week, but everybody in this list is kind of a leap of faith when you're talking about this low. We don't know what Uzama's role is going to be with T. Higgins back. I totally get that. So I might lean Anthony Ferkser. With Westbrook now not inactive and maybe some struggles behind A.J. Brown, I think maybe Ferkser is the deep name I'm going to try to target out of this group for this week specifically.
Yeah, I agree there, Bob. I'm going Ferkser.
Yeah,
getting Ferky jerky.
Get Ferky. I have Moss and Harris in and Connor on a bench. CMC is hurt. Should I pick up Jamal Williams over Moss or Harris?
No, not at all.
Not for me either. Here's an interesting one. Stephon Diggs or DeAndre Hopkins?
Diggs. It's a big game tonight. Big game tonight.
Diggs as well.
Yeah, I will also go Diggs.
Look at Diggs' rap sheet last year against the Chiefs. 2 games. Look at Diggs. That's what he does.
Jamar Chase or Hunt now that Cook is inactive?
Jamar Chase. I don't know your format here. Come here now, Beach. That's a good name. I'm going Jamar Chase. Big playability.
All the Hunt questions, how they did totally make me super happy. Jamar Chase is my pick. No Jair Alexander.
Oh, man, I'm going Hunt. That's my guy.
Sure, it's probably right.
Alexander Madison or Kenny Golladay in a non-PPR. You got to go Madison.
Madison.
Hey, Todd, love you, dude. You're always coming in here chirping. My head is a fat head. Like, it's really wide. The bill is bent. It's just because this is a size 8 hat. I can't bend it any further, man. Otherwise, it's going to hurt my brain. But I appreciate the feedback.
He's got a real big head. Before we get to this super chat, Bob, tell him where it's going today. What do they got?
Yeah, so we got a couple things going on today, guys. We are excited to announce our new relationship with Good Sports. Good Sports is a youth charity organization that helps underprivileged communities play sports. So we're super excited to partner with them. 10% of all your super chat donations on YouTube. And if you use the TCK Pod Venmo, if you're on Twitch, Facebook, or Periscope, we'll get to your questions right away also. But 10% of all your donations will go to Good Sports. We're super excited to partner with them. And on top of all that, we are also excited to give back to our own followers. If you submit a super chat today via the YouTube or on the TCK Pod Venmo, you'll be submitted into our drawing today. We're doing a Jamal Anderson, the Dirty Bird, himself, mini helmet signed. So if you donate today, $2, $1, whatever you can donate, 10% is going to go to Good Sports. And you're also going to be submitted into a raffle to win, which we're going to pull today before the 1 p.m. Eastern game. So make sure you guys, whatever you can donate will go a long way, help underprivileged communities and the kids in those communities play sports. We appreciate every donation.
Let the kids play, Bob. We got Tim Westby here, 2-point PPR. So a 2-point PPR. That's a rarity, Tim. I'm actually really happy to evaluate this question because that changes everything. Go Buck Army as always, Tim. Flex, Madison, Kareem Hunt, Christian Kirk, Marvin Jones Jr., and Mooney. Thoughts on Ayuk as a keep or drop? Let's start with the first question. Let's get to the meat on that bone. Madison, Hunt, Kirk, Jones Jr., Mooney. We'll go to you first, Levy.
This one's easy for me, Tim. Appreciate the support as always, but I am going with Madison and Hunt. Give me the running backs. I love me some Mooney. I love Jones Jr. I like the receivers in general, but I'm still going to go with these 2 running backs. Ayuk, man, it depends who's out there. But I am holding him. I'm just not starting him. That's all.
I'm going to actually pivot on that. I'm going to say Madison is in. And I'm going to go Marvin Jones Jr., Bob. I think in the 2-point PPR, I'd rather take the volume look at a guy, a wide receiver. I have to get him in there. I'm not going to bank on a Kareem Hunt 5-reception day to set me over the edge. However, Marvin Jones, he's going to get 5 receptions on the day. That's 10 points built in, yardage, possible touchdown. I'm going to go Jones Jr. here.
Yeah, it's Madison's the lock for me. I want Marvin Jones is clearly the guy I would want to pick, but I'm just going to take Hunt. It's a game of Russian roulette with Hunt. You don't know what game you're going to get. Is he going to get in the end zone? because, Chubb can be in the drive, get a big run, and then Hunt comes in for the goal line. The matchup is good for the ground game, at least. I think the Browns are going to struggle to throw against the Chargers. Then they're going to have to dominate on the ground. So I think you're going to get a heavy dose of Hunt, heavy dose of Chubb, going with those two guys. Ayuk is the next Robert Woods. What I mean by that is Robert Woods slowly started seeing his playing time go back up. Same thing is going with Ayuk. He's slowly becoming the number 2 again. There is no George Kittle. Behind Deebo Samuel, it's going to be Ayuk. He's a hold. Keep him on your bench. And I think he's actually someone, I've actually put him in my DFS lineup for a couple because he's really cheap. So I am holding Ayuk as well.
All right, there we go. Good luck, Tim. Thank you, buddy. Should I scoop up Madison and bench either Moss or Harris? I've got CMC and Connor on my bench. Who would I drop if Madison is worth it?
That's tough. I mean, if you have the ability to scoop up Madison, I think you have to do it. The problem that you're going to run into is Chase Edmonds' injury a real deal? Is it going to be a long-term thing? Is Connor all of a sudden going to turn into a valuation situation? I drop Connor, I scoop Madison, and I start Madison over Moss. I
agree 100%. You got to play Madison. If he's out there on waivers, pick him up, start him against Detroit. It's an insane matchup.
Yeah, I'm absolutely going to do the same thing. Good luck, 510. Victor,
Ryan, we got a super chatter.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it. Go ahead.
Sorry, man. Yeah, Official Savage again coming with us, the DFS. Guys, bring the DFS questions. I am going to say, listen, DFS, Madison or Damian Williams. Before I even say this, guys, you should get them both in. Both are cheap options at running back with great matchups. Play them both, and then buy up at receiver and tight end, in my opinion. But what's your guys' thought? In a vacuum, though, I'm going to lean Madison. What's your thought, guys?
I completely agree, Bob. I think the play here is get both on the cheap as they creep into that starting role. They get the lion's share and stack your wide receivers and get a Kelsey in there, get a Waller in there, and really just stack the deck for yourself. I love that.
Don't you just think that's so chalky, though? Or does it not matter? Because, you need him in there.
I highly doubt it's that chalky.
Madison is going to – not a lot of people are going to put Madison in as much as you think because of the inactive today. Damian Williams might be in a lot of lineups, but I think a lot of people do it earlier. I'm not the casual fan. I think you can't pass up on Madison against Detroit. I'm going to play him. But in a tournament, maybe the Millie, maybe you pass on Madison, but he's going to be dirt cheap. And if I can get $6,000 for a running back that's going to get ridiculous touches, I'm going to take that all day.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'll go Madison in that scenario, but try to get them both in there, buddy. Got you entered in the contest again. Appreciate all the support. Victor wants to know AJ Green or Michael Pittman in a standard format. Buck, who you got?
Pittman. Game script.
I don't. Both these guys have really tough matchups. Pittman on the outsides against Baltimore. They're dead last. They're 30. They allow the least amount of fantasy points to out wide receivers this season. That's where Pittman makes his living. AJ Green has been good, but San Francisco is really tough against outside receivers as well. I am going to lean Pittman just because I'd rather take the talent and the volume versus hoping AJ Green hits a long one or something in this game. So I'm going to go Pittman.
What you just described, Bob, it just reminds me of either you're jumping into a snake pit or a pit full of tarantula spiders that want to bite you. Yep. It's one of the two. Which one are you taking? Tarantulas or snakes?
I'll just take the window and just jump out of it. So
I'll take the snakes. I feel like I could go against snakes a little bit.
Yeah. Spiders freak me out. I guess I'll go snakes. It's a lose-lose.
Yeah, very. I used to have a pet snake.
Did you really? What was its name?
Oh my God, I don't remember. I had it in
Phil?
college.
Was its name Phil?
No, it wasn't Phil.
If I would get a snake, I would name it Phil. I'm just putting that out there.
It died. R.I.P. I forget what its name was, but it got out all the time. It was scary.
How come I never knew you were a goddamn snake guy?
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking about resigning from the podcast.
It's really hard to trust snake people. So, I mean, this is interesting. This is real interesting stuff here. We're going to be back after a quick commercial break. So,
We got to talk offline.
Yeah,
boys.
talk offline for a minute. Yeah. Throw up a graphic.
Traveling BS needs 2 and a full point PPR. Played Crowder, which is seeming like a mistake. Yeah, I did too. I feel you, girl. Diggs, Hopkins, Marvin Jones, and Godwin needs 2. Diggs,
and Hopkins. Don't overthink this traveling BS. Great to see you back, by the way. I know you've been with us for a couple of seasons. Great to see your face on there. Diggs and Hopkins.
I'm gonna overthink this and go Godwin and Diggs.
That's
Diggs
consistent overthought right there.
Diggs and Hopkins for me. I'll go with Bucky.
All right, we got our favorite Deion Sanders avatar, loving JT, aka what was it? What was your name again? It wasn't Justin. We know that.
Yeah.
What's up, fellas? 2 QB league, 6-point passing for touchdowns. That's very good. Need second QB, Tannehill or Trey Lance? Let's start there, and we'll get to the second question here, Bob.
6 point per passing touchdown. I really like Tannehill. I don't think I'm going to pass up on Lance, though. I think Lance's rushing ability, he had 20 points and a half. I think I'm going to take that upside. We don't know. I'm hoping for a shootout for the Jags-Titans game, but it could be a toss-up. It could be a sloppy one. It could be a Derrick Henry game. I get that. So I'm just going to take I know Kyler Murray is going to help put up points, so I'm going to take Lance in that game.
I'm going Lance all day.
I'm actually going to go Tannehill on that. So we have one running back.
That is
full PPR. No, it's not crazy. You're crazy.
That's foolish.
Yeah. Meet me at the diner with your snake. All right. One running back, full PPR, Mixon, Edmonds, or Javonte Williams. For me, I think I side with health. I'm always a guy, clearly look at me. I'm health conscious. I'm always making sure I eat clean, I drink clean. And I mean, I'm just a staple of health and perpetuity. I'm going to go with the guy that's healthy here with Javonte Williams.
Edmonds, if he's in. I'm not going to play Mixon today at all. I'm not touching him, even though he's active. I'm going to go Edmonds, and then, yeah, I think that's it. Javonte's playing the late window, right? We're just confirming that. Or is he playing at 1 o'clock? Sorry, I just want to confirm. Broncos. He's the early window.
Early Steelers.
Yeah, I guess you're between a rock and a hard place. I personally would play Edmonds in a vacuum, but unless you have someone you can pick up the stash, and then if Edmonds is out, you can plug him in. I think I'm going to go Javonte.
Yeah, I think the safe thing is to do Javonte. I'm with Bucks on this one, but if you have like someone you can throw in the later games, I prefer Edmonds as well.
My thing is, it's not a smoke him if you got him situation for any of those players.
True. I love that. Will Hayes wants to know Cortland Sutton or Marvin Jones, Bob. PPR.
I'm going to go Marvin Jones. We just talked about Buck's clean bill of health, and Cortland Sutton twisted his ankle on Friday, and he's probably going to be limited in some capacity, so I'm going to go Marvin Jones.
Marvin Jones Jr. Kyle Pitts, oh boy. He's good.
He's great, dude. I except for the one league where I made a mistake and didn't start him in my flex, I've got a lot of shares, so happy guy over here. You are welcome, Self. You are very welcome. Thanks for tuning in again. Just some Twitchers going back and forth. Full point PPR. Start Madison versus Detroit over Gibson and Damian Harris. Yes, Edward. Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Hit it, Ed. Hit it.
We already got traveling BS. David. Hey, guys. Good morning. I benched Mike Davis for Josh Jacobs for flex. Who do I start? I love that, by the way. Who do I start? Pick 2. Mike Williams, Thielen, Chenault, Melvin Gordon. Full PPR. Look at the efficiency of this question is just fantastic.
David Hubbard. I love the name. Let's do it, baby. Let's get this one right, Buck.
I like Thielen. I like Chenault here.
Same. Couldn't have said it any better myself.
I will do the same too. Good luck, David. Micah, PPR, need 2 running backs and a flex. Elliott, Gibson, Swift, Edwards-Helaire, and Hunt. Thanks, guys. Bob, who you got? Need 2.
Fading Edwards-Helaire this week. Fading Gibson. So it's Elliott, Swift, Hunt.
Yeah, Elliott, Swift, Hunt. Same threesome.
I'll go Elliott, Hunt, and Edwards-Helaire. I'm not a Swift guy, man. Just never been a Swift guy. Jordan wants to know Allen Robinson, Hollywood Brown, or Michael Pittman in a PPR, Buck.
Hollywood Brown.
What that guy said. Hollywood Brown, baby.
I will also go with Hollywood Brown. JT or Madison for the Curry man, Bob.
Madison all day. I'm not fading him at all with no Cook.
Yeah, and give us your thoughts there on Taylor's situation.
Well, the problem with Jonathan Taylor, number one, they're trying to showcase Marlon Mack as well. And Marlon Mack got a bunch of work last week. They're trying to trade him. He's out there getting work to say, hey, he's healthy, trade for Marlon Mack. So that's actually hurting Jonathan Taylor just a little bit. Also, his matchup is not good. I mean, I've talked about this a lot. He's got the Ravens on Monday night. The Ravens versus primary rushing game, they have not allowed a running back over 60 yards on the ground this season. Everything goes through the air, and it was touchdowns early on. So we faded the running back last week against the Ravens because of that, which was the Broncos guys. This week it's JT, and that's why Madison he's playing the Lions. And the Lions in my run game matchup, you know what? Let's do the graphic. This is why I do them, right, folks? This is why we put up the graphics. It was Dalvin Cook at 5. You can switch him out with Madison. Top 5 run game matchup this week against Detroit. That's why it's Madison.
I'm Madison all day. Let's go.
All right, Traveling coming back in with the super chat here. Thanks, folks. 10% does go to the Good Sports charity to make sure that underprivileged situations are getting the proper equipment that they have. The kids need to play ball, folks. The kids need to play ball. You won it last year. Thank you, Traveling. It's good to know that somebody out there is taking our advice and running to the championship with it. Thank you so much.
Yes, appreciate it very much. I just entered you into our giveaway as well. Todd showing us some love. Love to see it.
We do what we can, Todd.
Bucky.
Oh, it's Dave.
It's Dave.
What, Dave? What do you just cycle through burners on Twitch? Like, what's the deal?
He got banned. He got banned on Twitch, probably. Where's Nice Try? Speaking of banned, Nice Try. If you're out there listening, buddy, I tried to shoot you a DM on Twitter, and apparently you've been banned from Twitter. So we got a lot of banning going on today.
I like that the crew we run with are a bunch of scallywags on the internet. That makes me happy. It makes me happy.
Oh, it's amazing. Javonte, Jacoby, Jalen Waddle, Curtis Samuel, or Dawson Knox. Only need one for flex and a half-point PPR. No tight end premium. I'm going to jump in real quick, boys. It's Jalen Waddle. It's any receiving threat against the Buccaneers, even though the Dolphins are going to get crushed. Jalen Waddle might catch 10 balls today.
Yeah, it's Waddle.
Waddle.
Let's go. Ooh, Diggs or Keenan Allen, Buck?
Diggs. I'm going to stand with it. I think this is the breakout performance for Diggs. He finds that end zone. I think he has 6+ catches, 80+ yards. It's a good day.
Diggs for me as well.
Diggs as well. Bob, Dalton Schultz or Noah Fant in a PPR for T-Dog on Twitch.
Dalton Schultz. Noah Fant is playing Pittsburgh. Me and Buck talked about this on our show. He's actually one of my fades this week at the tight end position.
Yeah,
even though Albert O is out. Albert O is their backup tight end. That is something worth noting, but I'm going to still go Schultz.
I'm also going to go with Schultz. Do I start Amari Cooper, Joe Mixon, or Jacoby Myers in a single PPR for the flex, Buck?
It's Amari Cooper on this one there, pal.
Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper for me. Sleek also wants to know, I forgot to ask, full PPR, flex, Hunt or Laviska, Bob?
Laviska is probably my start of the week. I love his matchup against Tennessee, so I'm going to go Laviska in full PPR.
Oh, man.
Hunt is impossible to evaluate. It really is because, it's super weird because he is a backup running back who gets 15 touches a week, which is great. But, if he doesn't find the end zone a lot of times, he disappoints. So,
right.
I don't know.
I'm a big Kareem Hunt guy, but if I'm not mistaken, DJ Chark is out for a bit, right? I'll go Laviska.
Yeah, we got another super chatter down here, Ryan.
All right, go ahead.
I got you, buddy. So Tim Westby, thanks again, man. Just as a reminder, everybody, we're doing 2 things today. Number one, 10% of all our donations from our super chatters and from our Venmo account are going to go to Good Sports. Good Sports is a youth charity organization that is also going to helps donate sporting equipment to help underprivileged communities play sports. So we're giving back 10%. So please, anything you give would go a long way for us to give back to the communities. The other thing is we're giving away a helmet today. We're giving away a mini helmet signed by the Dirty Bird himself, Jamal Anderson. Ryan's got up on the screen. There you go, too, right there, guys. If you want to get involved, you get all you got to do is be a super chatter, and you get involved in there. So the follow-up, the previous question, 2-point PPR. I have CEH as my RB1, replace him with Hunt, and keep Madison and Jones Jr. for RB2 and flex. So are you playing CEH over Hunt, Madison, and Marvin Jones Jr.? Buck, while you're here.
I'm playing Hunt. I mean, I fade any running back going up against the Bills, period. Point blank, every single week. I will not stop. Best defense in the league. Well, technically second best, but the best defense that my eyes have seen, thanks to 61, who's going to be shutting down and eating lunch of CEH. CEH doesn't stand a chance against Justin Zimmer. He never did. It was never a reality. It was always Justin Zimmer. I'm going with the Bills over CEH. I'm putting in Hunt, and I'm feeling really confident with Madison as well.
Right.
I'm going to play all three running backs. If I'm not mistaken here, you can do that. I know the matchup's not ideal for CEH, but I could see him catching some balls. I could see him catching 5 balls today. So there we go.
I'm going Jones Jr.
I'm sitting CEH.
Yeah,
I agree.
Thank you, Tim. Got you entered in again, buddy. We will draw right before the kickoff. So hang tight, and we'll see who wins there. Jordan.
What's up, guys?
Jordan, what's up, man?
Not much.
We know we're an hour from kickoff. This is nice. I like having Jordan come on because it's like, oh, shit, we have an hour. This is awesome.
Well, that's when I scramble. That's when I scramble and try to find a tight end at the last minute for Monday waivers is when Jordan comes on. So let me just check those lineups.
There you go.
Oh, man. All right. Sorry.
I was Red Sox hat?
Yeah.
Is that a Red Sox hat, Jordan?
It is.
You a Sox fan?
I am.
Wow.
So big game 3 today. So I had the support.
Is that the Veritek A-Rod?
Yep.
Oh, I love that, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's a classic memory of Major League Baseball when I was a kid, or I don't even remember what year that was. But I have TJ Hawkinson in. Will he play, Bob?
He's in.
I think he is. He's officially active.
Yeah,
so.
He's officially active. So we're nothing really to report there. He's not on the inactive list.
Defensively, though, Bob, Pats or Cardinals?
Patriots against rookie quarterbacks always. So yes, Patriots.
Yeah, it's blood, sweat, taxes, all that stuff that you have to your deathbed, and Patriots against a rookie quarterback. Davis Mills, look at what happened last week. It was a travesty. There are still reporters on the scene that are communicating with the hospitals. It was a bloodbath.
Jordan, who you got?
I'm also taking the Pats defense here. Both defenses going up against the rookie quarterback, but I think Mills is way worse.
Clean sweep on that one. Bucky, we'll go to you first on this one. Don't worry about all the questions you're asking. It's fine. Scooped up Madison and dropped Connor. Should I start Knox over Moss at flex, Buck?
No. Utilization. So when I look at it, I talked about it earlier, Moss, we understand that he's going to cap out around 15 touches, period. That's just the plan, and that's what they will go with. Knox, you're looking at 3 to 4 touches of the ball. So you're really trying to capitalize on a touchdown with a lot less utilization. It's Moss for me here.
It's Moss for me as well. Not only the opportunity, but just the floor here. Whether this is PPR or not, I mean, Moss is a little bit more of the pass catching back than Singletary, but Knox might have a touchdown or 2 again, but obviously Moss is that guy as well.
Moss is one of the best run game matchups on my metric. I know in the past Buffalo struggled. All the running games have struggled in this matchup. It's in pass heavy, but I'm going to lean Moss. He's really trending in the right direction, and I'm going to take the touches. So, and also Michael Carter just scored a touchdown, and Jamison Crowder just caught a 2-point conversion.
I needed those 2 points.
I mean, I think you and like half of America was just banking on a Jay Crowder.
I know Traveling Nice BS needed those 2 points. We got a super down there.
Yeah, J-Mom, thank you so much. We're trying to help the kids out there. Good Sports. Again, 10% of every donation will go straight to Good Sports, and we're happy to be on board with them and to help the kids play sports.
Absolutely.
Yes, thank you. And you're now entered in to win the Dirty Bird signed helmet. Start Gibson or Madison?
Madison.
Jordan?
Who's Madison playing again this week?
Minnesota's playing Detroit.
Yeah. Oh, Madison.
Madison.
Yeah, Madison all day there. Jordan, you're up first on this one. Who would you rather play in a DFS at the flex, a running back or a wide receiver?
I mean, a pretty broad question. It's really going to depend on what running back, what wide receiver. Obviously, the price in a DFS format and scoring as well. For the most part, though, like I'll take a wide receiver, especially a cheaper one, maybe where I can spend up in my running back slot to get more of a like a Dalvin Cook when healthy type of deal, and then get the cheap value on a wide receiver that may have a touchdown upside that week.
Yeah, funny enough, the way that the NFL has kind of progressed, right? You're always strapped with cash by that point when you get to your flex. So my thought is I'm either going to go one of two ways. I'm going to take a receiver that's high up in the target share. So you can go to Fantasy Pros, you can check the targets. I'm going to target a guy that's undervalued per the targets that he gets and not necessarily the value he brought in terms of productivity. So I'm looking at targets, and that's for running backs and receivers. I want the highest target guy with the lowest price tag in DFS channels.
There you go. Baby Snow. I got a standard league. Which three should I start with? Najee, Gibson, Swift, and Madison. Bob, you're up first. We need three of those four.
We know Gibson is out, so I think we're going to go three of those four, right? Najee, Swift, and Madison for me.
Well, he's not out. You're just saying you're dropping
Out.
him.
We're as they showed today, been out on a Gibson. My apologies.
Yeah.
Yes, he is active, but he has a fractured shin, and we're just not feeling the matchup against New Orleans.
How do you play on a fractured shin?
I have
Don't
no
know.
idea.
Know what's going on.
Jordan, have you ever
Hop
played
on one
catcher
foot,
on a
maybe?
fractured shin?
Not a fractured shin. I had a broken elbow once. Still through.
You played through it?
Yeah, absolutely. Can't
Oh,
say
my
for just
goodness.
a broken elbow.
This man has
Was that your
brass
throwing
balls.
arm? You had a broken
Oh yeah,
elbow.
absolutely, yeah.
Dang, man.
Wow.
Dude, that is legit.
I'm going with the same three on
I
that,
like
by
this
the
guy.
way.
Same three for me. We will sit Gibson. Jordan, you?
Same for me as well.
Okay, cool. Also have Deontay Johnson. Would you slot in Deontay for any of those?
Yeah.
Swift.
Swift. Yeah,
I'd go
I would
Najee,
start.
Madison.
Love
Deontay.
Deontay.
Dude, Pitts with another big grab. Wow.
I can't believe I didn't
telling
bet his
you.
player prop. What am I like? What are you doing? Like
He's
This is-
he's gonna
his
go.
London
He's
games-
over 100.
makes
He's
no
over
sense.
100, isn't he?
Is he?
He's close. If he's not.
I hate him on a delay too. You guys
Yeah,
are like,
one-
hey, I just got to watch it now. Thanks, guys.
No, hold on for a second. Let me bring this up. So I thought it was really interesting when I looked at the split of the running back shares for the Falcons. Folks, it's 12 for Cordell Patterson rush attempts to 11 of Mike Davis. If there's any doubt about Cordell Patterson for the rest of the year, we talked about it earlier. I think he's just a great flex play for the remainder of this season.
And he's got 5 catches.
And Mike Davis fumbled. He stinks.
Whoa.
I hate Mike Davis. I hated him last year too. I've always hated this guy. He's just not good.
Yeah, Pitts, 8 for 115 and a touchdown.
Love it. I need some wide receiver help. Would you go with Cooks or D-Hop? Is this how far D-Hop has fallen, Bob?
I'm going D-Hop. Both matchups are tough, but like I just touched on, I know Bill Belichick's not going to let Brandon Cooks beat them. Like Brandon Cooks is the guy, the one option that he's not going to let that happen. I think it's going to be D-Hop in this scenario against San Francisco.
Yeah, it's D-Hop all day for me.
I'm on the same page.
D-Hop, another catch for Pitts, just racking it in. Jalen Waddle or LaVisca, Bucky?
Ooh,
This is tough.
tricky now. Tricky. Waddle. It's Waddle.
Yeah, I think for me this week, normally it might be Waddle, especially in a PPR format, but going up against Tampa Bay and Jacoby Brissett, I mean, don't have too much confidence in him. Last week we saw Visca kind of break out once Chark went down, so I'll keep the momentum with Visca there.
The best slot receiver matchup is the Tennessee Titans. That's where Laviska makes his living. Going Laviska.
I'm going Waddle. I've been picking them all day. Bucks are going to get shredded in the secondary per usual. Old cockerel back there just roaming around. Need a backup tight end. Should I pick up Mike Gesicki? Yes, you should, Micah.
Yeah, I would play him this week too. Antoine Winfield, no Parker. Antoine Winfield, the safety's out. Charlton Davis is out in the secondary. I think Mike Gesicki's a nice play this week.
He's a play.
Absolutely. All right, Jordan, you're up first on this one. Devonta Smith or Michael Pittman for Joey?
It's going to be Devonta Smith for me. Go Birds. That's pretty much all I got to say on that one.
I'm going Smith. I'm a Giants fan, but I'm going to support Jordan here and say go Birds. Let's do it, baby.
Yeah, I'm going to go Devonta Smith here as well.
Devonta Smith. I will go as well. Good luck, Joey. Clyde Edwards-Helaire or Kenyon Drake? Bob.
It's going to be CEH still, even in a tough matchup. I think Drake, they're giving Peyton Barber touches over him, so I'm going to go CEH.
Yeah, the issue here is simply, we could consider Kenyon Drake to be the Grand Canyon right now. He's at the very bottom of it. There's no coming back from this.
Maybe a couple injuries to Jacobs and Barber. Then I'll go Drake here. But until that happens,
but that's just it's like classic Gruden. The way that it just frustrates everybody. The Peyton Barber thing. I'm still stuck on it. I think I went on a tirade last week. I just don't understand it. CEH. What are we doing?
It's CEH.
Okay.
On Twitch here, my wide receivers are DK Diggs, Curtis Samuel, Jacoby Myers. Need to start too. Well, you already started DK and he scored 2 touchdowns. I hope you did anyway. So we need one more. Hopefully you did not take him out of your lineup. So we need one. Diggs, Curtis Samuel, Jacoby Myers. Jordan, I think you're up first.
I'm going to go Diggs against that Chiefs defense. It's a great matchup, first of all, and Diggs is obviously a great wide receiver, so I'm going Diggs.
Diggs.
Yeah, it's Diggs. And if I need 2 more here out of the threesome you laid out, I'm going to go Jacoby Myers.
Yeah, I will agree. Diggs, Myers, my second choice. If for some reason you didn't play DK, Micah wanted to know: are you picking up Gesicki or Knox though when given the choice? Bob.
This week I'd rather play Gesicki, but long term I have more of a inkling that Knox is going to be the season-long guy. So if you need to start, it's Gesicki. If you just need a guy to stash behind a better tight end, it's Knox, in my opinion.
I think Mike Gesicki is a snake guy. I think he's got snakes at home. I'm going Dawson Knox here.
I didn't even know. Forget about it. Drop Gesicki. Yeah. I don't even want him in my lineup. Snake guy, we're out on those
snake
guys.
Guy. We're out on snakes on this show, officially.
Jordan, just to catch you up, we just found out today that Ryan's a snake guy. Like he owned a snake. So he had a
what type of snake? Tattoo. Like a big anaconda type boa constrictor? Or are we talking about like a little garden snake?
It was a red-tailed boa. It was during college, during the Bender years, and he didn't live too long. I mean, I fed him well, but he got out a few times. I don't know if he died or if we just lost him and then he got out of the house. I don't know, man.
Okay. Makes sense.
So
it's Gesicki.
There's a snake roaming the streets right now that's just spiting you every time it turns the corner and sees the house. It's like, that was Levy's house. I remember those days, and now I'm fat and happy.
Oh man, it'd be great if Mike Davis just scummed a touchdown right here. Patterson's on the bench. I need a Mike Davis touchdown. Don't give it to
I do too. I have him starting in one league.
Me too. It was like a desperation move. Serious question: Lamar or Daniel Jones? Because Jones has been going off on my bench. Buck.
Interesting here. So let's talk about the Ravens. I don't fully trust the Ravens offense. I don't fully trust the Giants offense either. Sorry, Bob. God bless you. I'm going to go Daniel Jones over Lamar. I actually think this is a week that could set up for success here. And I'm going to go DJ.
I'm going to stick with Lamar. I mean, I think the talent level is obviously a lot higher with Lamar. And the offense in Baltimore is that. Ryan, I see you, the fist pump. I'm assuming that's the Davis touchdown.
Let it stand. Let it stand.
I mean, the talent level is higher with Lamar. I think he has a little bit better of a matchup here with Jones going against the Cowboys this week. They're an improved defense from last year. So I'll go with Lamar.
It's Lamar, guys. I mean, I actually looked into Daniel Jones' stats last year against the Cowboys because I was curious, and it was not good. I mean, he did not play that well against the Cowboys. So I'm going to actually roll. It's Lamar anyway. His floor is so high that he's not going to you're not going to lose your weeks because you started Lamar. Very rarely that's the case. So I'm going to stay with Lamar. Plus, Rashad Bateman's coming back.
Yeah, it's Lamar for me. Whoever was out there, I think it was week 3. I think it was 3 out of the 4 of us made the mistake, and we chose Daniel Jones over someone to kind of ride the hot hand with the rushing floor and all that. And it didn't work out. That was I think, the biggest mistake I made all season on this live show. So I apologize if you.
Well, here's what I do, folks. So every week I do the Men in Black little thing, and my memory is gone. All I do is I look at the stats, I look at the players, I watch the film, and I try to consider the fact that Daniel Jones could asterisk right after the could go for 100 yards on the ground. Sure. Let's go, DJ.
Jordan, you're up first. For Mark, debating between Damian Williams and Kareem Hunt for his flex.
Yeah, here I'm gonna go Damian Williams. I mean, I think Kareem Hunt obviously is the more known value, but with David Montgomery truly out, Damian Williams is going to be the back for Chicago. He's going to be used. He's going to catch passes out of the backfield. He's shown that he can do that throughout his career. And just Kareem Hunt, if this happens to be the Nick Chubb 2-touchdown week and Hunt doesn't find the end zone, I think Damian Williams will outproduce him anyway.
Bob.
I feel like the Hunt questions are like the boa constrict. Like Ryan's rogue snake is just wrapping around my neck and squeezing me because the Kareem Hunt situation is just I might just have to skip always because he has a good. I think the running backs are the only success that the Browns are going to have today because the Chargers secondary is going to shut out everybody. There's no Odell. There's no tight ends. It's going to be the running backs. But Damian Williams is going to get all the work. I mean, Khalil Herbert has not been active, really hasn't played at all this season. Damian Williams is a good matchup. And both these guys have good matchups. So I'm gonna just take the extra touches and go with Damian Williams. And I know I'm wrong because Kareem Hunt is just a conundrum. So
Kareem Hunt is surrounding my neck and suffocating me right now.
Yeah.
That's what you're seeing. It's Damian Williams.
Rogue snake, Ryan's rogue snake that's supposed to be in the house is out in the streets terrorizing communities.
Jeez.
I think it's been I know the exact house that he's talking about in Tallahassee, by the way. I guarantee you that snake is thriving in the environment.
Well, you know
now.
what? I'm gonna go get myself a beer real quick. So if you could take over for me, Buck. I've been taking.
Where are you
today? I'll refrain from telling you I also had a pet lizard in that same house.
That lizard got ate by the snake, probably.
Oh my God. Thank goodness the snake guy is gone. Harris, CEH or Kareem Hunt? Jordan, we'll start with you here.
Oh, God. I mean, again, with these Kareem Hunt questions, I'll go Kareem Hunt on this one. I mean, he is I think he's the RB8 this year so far in PPR format. Yeah. I mean, you got to go with Kareem Hunt. I know CEH has a good 2 games going here, but got to go with the RB8.
In this scenario, it's easy. I'm going to go Hunt.
Kareem Hunt for me. It's just shut down city against this guy. I mean, if you're dealing with Justin Zimmer, you're dealing with a bad headache. I'll tell you that right now. All right, this isn't a start, but he traded Chubb and DK for Saquon and D-Hop. Thoughts on that, Bob?
Traded Chubb for DK and Saquon and D-Hop. Oh, Chubb and DK, Saquon and D-Hop. Yeah. When you do these trades, it's going to be week to week because some weeks, I can honestly tell you, probably D-Hop's going to have a bigger week than DK sometimes, and Saquon's going to have a bigger week than Chubb sometimes. So I guess it's fine. Is it PPR? Did we say in here? I guess PPR, I'd rather have Saquon and D-Hop maybe, but overall, I think it's fine. I mean, honestly, I don't typically like doing these trades because, like I said, some weeks are going to benefit you, some weeks won't. I'd rather do 2 for 1, 1 for 2, or trade positions personally. But yeah, I think it's fine. If it's PPR, I'd like Saquon and D-Hop, and standard maybe. D-Hop and Saquon, and then standard maybe Chubb and DK.
Jordan?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much of the same opinion. Obviously, this week it feels like you're probably going to lose this trade because DK had those 2 tutties, but I pretty much agree with Bob where PPR, I prefer the Saquon side, and standard, I'll take Chubb and DK.
Yeah, we're all in the same plane right now, boys. We're all in the same plane. I think Saquon, D-Hop, and a PPR is a better situation for you. I think the floor is a lot higher than it is with Chubb and DK in a PPR situation. However, I think Chubb and DK are the 2 better players, and that includes D-Hop. I think DK in 2 to 3 years, we're going to be talking about him like we talk about D-Hop.
Yeah.
All right, Victor, welcome back, bud. Good to see you. Go Lightning. Drop Ayuk to pick up Juju Smith-Schuster Scheinman. What are we feeling on that? This is a tough one because Ayuk is frustrating. The whole 49ers are.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's time that you can drop Ayuk. I mean, I don't feel any reason to hold him. Picking up Juju doesn't feel like a win, but I mean, I guess technically it's a small upgrade over Ayuk for sure.
Well, I mean, you just got to look at his schedule. I mean, this week I don't like Juju against Denver. Next week, Juju is playing Seattle, which is fine. That should be a decent game, I guess. Then for Ayuk, I'd rather have Ayuk this week, personally. And then in week 6, I think they have a bye, San Francisco.
Yeah, I'm going to week 6 bye.
Yeah, I'm going to hold. I guess I'm just going to hold Ayuk. I think Kittle's out for an extended period of time. Ayuk's trending in the right direction. I just brought up that he's the next Robert Woods in the sense that the usage is going to catch up. The production is going to catch up to his new usage, and I think Ayuk has a nice game. So I'm going to go with Ayuk in this scenario.
Yeah, so I'm gonna stick with Ayuk on this one, Victor. Good luck out there. We got Senpai Mark Senpai. Bow to me, Senpai. Bow to me. Starting Madison is a no-brainer against Detroit. That's correct. Their defense, it is atrocious. Apparently, Twitch went out. I'm sorry here, Senpai. Twitch had a little glitch. That was on the Twitch side. So
Ooh.
I'm glad you're back. All right, Aaron LaFave, CEH, Chase Edmonds, Jordan. This is a PPR format.
I'm going to go PPR, I'm going to go Chase Edmonds in this PPR format. I mean, Edmonds in PPR is the RB12 so far in the season, has not scored yet. He's had a ton of yardage. He's had a couple 100-yard games. He's going to find the end zone. It's going to start swinging back his way. So you start adding touchdowns into his already RB12 season in PPR. He's going to start taking off. I'll take Chase Edmonds.
Yeah, because of the guy over your shoulder, Buck, I'm going to actually take Chase Edmonds in this one.
Yeah, it's all Zimmer. It's always been Zimmer pounding lasagna by the gallon right now. Bob, what do you got for the people out there?
No, I just want to make sure everyone knows today we're actually doing a giveaway. So for all our super chatters, if you donate to our super chat, get your questions answered right away. But also we're going to be giving you one of our rewards. It's a signed Jamal Williams mini helmet. Very excited for that. If you guys are on YouTube, you can actually just use the super chat function, donate $1 or $2, whatever. It goes a long way for us. You actually get into the giveaway for this Jamal Williams signed helmet. If you are someone on Twitch or Facebook or Periscope, you can actually just hold up your phone to that QR code. It takes you to our TCK Pod Venmo. You could be a part of the giveaway through there. But even more important than just the giveaway, guys, we are also partnering with Good Sports. Good Sports is an organization and a charity that helps provide kits and resources and equipment to underprivileged communities to help the kids play sports. So 10% of all the donations today are going to this organization. We're super excited to be partnering with them. So it goes a long way. They've actually donated over 27,000 kits and actually already helped 541,000 children in the United States already. So goes a long way to us, help us for our product, but we're now giving back too. So we really appreciate that as well.
All right, we got Harris here. This is non-PPR. Zach Moss or Antonio Gibson? Bob, we'll start with you.
It's Zach Moss. I think Antonio Gibson, the fractured shin. I mean, he's no Jordan with the fractured, the broken bow. Listen, not everyone can be Jordan out there slinging it with broken elbows, and I don't think Gibson can do it with a broken leg. So I think we're going to do Zach Moss in a plus matchup against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Jordan?
Yeah, this week it's Moss because of the shin, because of the matchup. I'll go Moss.
It's Moss for me, dog.
Yeah, I'll go with Moss here. Only a few more questions here, boys. We might wrap early. Aaron LaFave back again here. CEH Chase Edmonds or Zach Moss. There's that man again. Jordan, where are we going?
I'm going to go Edmonds here.
Yeah, this is tough.
I think.
Yeah, go ahead, Brad.
I was just going to say you're in a kind of a good spot. I mean, Edmonds would be my top choice, assuming he was fully healthy. But you've got the later game there, so if Edmonds doesn't play, just go with Moss. So there you go.
Yeah, I'm going to go Edmonds too in PPR, and if he's out, you could just slide in Moss in that scenario.
I completely agree. It's just it's a game time call. If Edmonds is not in that lineup, then I say Moss. That's the best bet over CEH, no doubt about it for me. Madison or chubhub.com here. We'll start with you, Levy.
Oh man, get them both in there. By the way, something about these banquet beers, they're just colder. They're deliciously cold. I'm gonna go with Madison this week, though. I've got a great grab bag in my fridge from the Rays playoff games and tailgating 2 days in a row. There's like these random beers. It's nice.
Leftover coolers.
Yes.
Just cooler stragglers. Yeah.
Yeah. Madison. Let's go, Bob. Who you got?
Bob.
Yeah, sorry, boys. I'm just trying to get some juice on that Instagram live for us. Yeah, it's Madison for me with Cook out. I think he's going to be an absolute workhorse. But like Ryan said, if you can get them both in your lineup, send us what else you got. I would love to see the other options because Chuba Hubbard is going to be awesome too.
I love how I've incepted your brain, Bob. It's now Chubb Hub. You know it. We both know it. I'm going Madison on that.
Yeah, I'm also going Madison. Go Birds for the Chubbard side of that.
Oh, baby.
All right, we got Cookhouse, Oso. What is Oso Cookhouse? I need you to tell me. I like Cookout. That's a great restaurant, by the way, in the Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina kind of vibe. Great value. Need one PPR, Kareem Hunt, Josh Jacobs, or Miles Sanders here. I'm going Kareem Hunt, Bob. I'm going Kareem Hunt. What do you got?
Yeah, full PPR, I'll go Kareem Hunt. I think the Browns, the only thing they're going to have to do, they're going to have to lean on their running backs this week. So I think I'm going to go Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt for me, too.
Go Birds for Sanders, but I'm going Kareem Hunt.
I like how we adjusted right there and we went counterclockwise. You guys are just pros, absolute pros. All right, we got J-Man 2142, J-Man 2142. My head hurts. Hurts versus Panthers defense or Kirk versus Detroit here. I'm always going Hurts. Go Birds.
Yeah, go Birds. I'm going Hurts. I mean, the rush floor is just fantastic for Hurts. Whether or not the Eagles are behind in this matchup, I hope they're not. But he'll either have the scrambling and rush yardage or pass yardage, trying to play catch up. Hasn't yet put up a less than 20-point fantasy week on the season. Is the QB3 so far? So I'm going Hurts.
Yeah, I feel like Kirk doesn't need to do much for them to win this game. Madison might get 25 carries. Hurts, the line stinks. I'm sorry. They're going to be playing from behind, Jordan. So I'm going to go with Hurts.
Hurts.
Joe Burrow or Trey Lance? We'll start with you, Levy.
Oh, man. I want to say Joe. I want to say Lance, but I'm going to say Joe Burrow. Burrow has just looked great out there. Maybe volume's been a little bit of an issue, but with Mixon banged up, hopefully they throw it a lot more. Give me Burrow.
Bob is in the lab right now, folks. He's taking his temperature.
It's just, I think it's Burrow. I just like the game flow projection with no Jair Alexander. I think Higgins and Chase do their thing out there, and I just think that Packers are just going to be able to put up points. I just don't know Lance yet. I don't know what to expect. So I'm going to lean Burrow slightly ahead of Lance here.
Jordan?
I'm actually going to lean Lance. We saw only one half of football, and in terms of an NFL quarterback, didn't look fantastic. But similar to Hurts, he has that rush upside and that rush floor. In one half of football last week, rushed for over 40 yards. So I'll take Lance against the Arizona defense.
I'm gonna go Joe Burrow here to seal it off for you here, Harris. We got one more question, guys. One more. Oh,
Two more.
Leonidas, welcome back, man. Good to see you in that beautiful Doberman in that avatar. I'm always I can't look away from that dog. It's a good looking pup. Half PPR, pick one. Josh Jacobs, Galladay, AJ Green, or Mooney. Bob, you kick us off here.
Gonna go Kenny G here. I think his matchup against Trayvon Diggs is a little worrisome, but Kenny G is just eating people alive in shadow coverage. Last week he did it against Marshawn Lattimore, so I think I'm gonna go Kenny G here. Dallas has been very susceptible. I mean, last week we saw DJ Moore do very well, so I think I'm gonna go Kenny G.
Yeah, I'm on board. I was big on Kenny G last week as well, even with Lattimore on him. So I got to stick with my guy. I just don't trust Josh Jacobs. AJ Green, Mooney, I like Mooney a lot as well, but I'm going Galladay. There's just a lot of injuries there with Slayton out and Shepard out. So good luck, Leonidas.
Yeah, I'm going Kenny G as well. Pretty much being alongside only Kadarius Toney. Obviously Saquon there as well, but I'll go Galladay here.
Yeah, I'm going to go Kenny G here. I love the smooth jazz. PPR, Victor, LaVisca or Mike Williams? I'm going Visca here. And I think, number one, I get it. I saw that look, Jordan. Visca has a better matchup than Williams. Williams on the outside, he's facing a team that has shut down outside wide receivers all season long. I'm going Visca because his slot matchup is actually looking very good on paper.
I'm going Visca as well. Best slot matchup of the week per Bob.
Yeah, my initial reactions were based off of name, to be quite honest with you. Looking at matchups, Visca playing the Tennessee Titans. I mean, look at what the Jets offense did against that defense last week, and we know how bad the Jets offense is, right? So with the injury to Chark, how good Visca looked last week, and now the good matchup, I'll go Visca as well.
Oso equals bear. I love when I get clarification on these things, Cookhouse. I really mean that. I'm not a Bears fan, but I appreciate you. Harris, does he play Zach Moss and Jamar Chase over Mike Evans and Antonio Gibson in a standard format? Jordan.
I think it's okay to play Moss over Gibson. We've talked about the fractured shin and the great matchup for Moss this week. Chase going up against the Packers and Evans. I think, as long as I don't have to go 2-2, like if I can swap out Moss and Evans, I think that's the lineup that I'd go with. Evans obviously has a much higher touchdown upside, I think, than Chase in a matchup against Miami.
Yeah, I'm going Moss and Evans. That's my two.
No, I'm going to stick with Moss and Jamar Chase. I think you have the right format in there, Harris. Non-PPR, same league, I'm assuming. Gibson or Galladay? Oh, boy. Kenny G. Getting the love today.
Yeah, I'm also still sticking with Kenny G here.
Kenny G, baby. Let's go.
Gibson or Kenny G? Standard, Bob.
Fading to Gibson all day, boys. Galladay for me.
Galladay as well. Tim Patrick, Kadarius Toney, or Christian Kirk? Levy, kick us off.
Oh, man. I want to say Tim Patrick, but I'm actually I'm in on Kadarius Toney. You spend a damn first-round pick on the kid. You got a couple injuries. You throw him some targets, and look what he does with them. It's amazing. He's a talented young player, a Florida Gator, Buck. Give me Toney.
I'm going to go Kirk here on this one. I don't think any of these options are fantastic. Obviously, Toney has a little bit of a floor, being the wide receiver 2 this week, again in New York. But I'll go with Kirk on the chance that Arizona Cardinals offense goes off and he finds the end zone in a time or two, maybe.
I'm actually going KT. I'm going Kadarius Toney here. Guys,
and
electric.
I
knew I could sell you.
Go ahead.
No, it wasn't a sell job. I would have gone Toney either way here.
I'm going to Patrick. Banged up Cortland Sutton. The other outside cornerback for the Pirates, the Steelers, the Pittsburgh Steelers is out. Sutton. So I think Tim Patrick has a day. No Albert O, no Hamler, no Judy. I think and banged up Sutton means that there's really Noah Fant and Pittsburgh shuts down tight ends. I think Tim Patrick has a nice day. I think he has a nice day.
All right, we got Hex, PPR, Renfro, Mooney, or Damian Harris here. Jordan, we'll start with you.
I mean, in a PPR, Damian Harris isn't going to get much of the passing work out of New England, but he does have a nice matchup this week against Houston. Yeah, I'll go Damian Harris, even in a PPR.
I am also going to go Damian Harris. I like Mooney, but I'm going Harris over Mooney.
Harris.
Should I draw the winner of the Jamal Anderson? You called him Jamal Williams earlier, Bob.
My bad.
I wish it was Jamal Williams.
All right, let me draw the winner. Let me draw the winner. If you're still tuned in here, if not, I'll save the helmet for you for next week. But yeah, let's draw it real quick. I know I see Tim in there. He's got another question. Let me draw the winner.
We need a drum roll.
J-Mom.
J-Mom.
Nice.
J-Mom through.
Is that Jamal Anderson's mom?
Hey.
J-Mom,
All
if
right.
you're still tuned in, hit me up on Instagram at Fantasy Focused ED. Yeah, send me your address and I'll send you this Jamal Anderson signed helmet.
Well, it's technically her helmet.
True. She might not even want it.
Mom, you know. Tim Westby here. Flex PPR. Damien Williams, Chubb Hub, or Madison? Bob?
Madison for me.
Madison for Jordan. Bob?
Yeah, same. I'm rolling with Madison.
I'm going Madison as well.
Yeah, I want to start all three of these guys this week, but I'll go Madison.
I'll go Madison here. Bradley, how you doing, pal? Evan Engram or Cam Brate this week? I'm going to go with Evan Engram. They're going to have to throw.
And I'll go Brate. Tampa Bay has a good matchup against Miami this week, and Ingram has just not been productive for fantasy much.
I will actually go Cam Brate as well. Brady did look for him in the end zone last week. I think he only had 3 or 4 catches total, but he looked for him once in the end zone. It was a bad throw, so I'll go Cam Brate.
This is against Bob, by the way. So, Bob, what's the deal here, pal?
Choose your own destiny here, Bob.
Oh, is it really? Yeah, I would go and pick up Kyle Rudolph. And because I feel like he's getting more routes than Evan Ingram, and I think that would be the key there. If you can't, OJ Howard's a nice fill-in. No, I think personally, it's tough because it is. Jordan's right that Cameron Brate does have a decent match against Miami, but Dallas has been decent for tight ends too. I think I'm going to go Evan Ingram. I think he has a nice day this week.
So basically, it's a stalwart right there. You have nothing to go off, Brad, and that's exactly what Bob wanted.
Yes.
All right, we got Harris again here. James Conner, Najee Harris, or Kareem Hunt. I'm going Najee here.
I'll go Najee as well if you need one. I mean, James Conner, if Edmonds is out, ends up being out, might be interesting. But if Edmonds is playing, I mean, they're going to have that split backfield. And so I go Najee or Hunt then. And just the pure volume and opportunity that Harris will get is enough to do it for me.
Harris for me.
Harris and Hunt are like the two guys that I've been so. Harris is like, you can't look at metrics because he might get 19 targets again, right? I mean, it doesn't even make any sense. It's so ridiculous. And Kareem Hunt, who knows? I'm going to take Hunt. I think I do. I'm starting to feel my whole fake narrative that the Browns can only going to use their running backs today because the Chargers secondary is going to completely blanket everybody else. So I'm going to go with my crazy thought process here and go Kareem Hunt.
Love it.
Fournette or Josh Jacobs in a half PPR? It's Fournette for me.
Fournette for me.
Fournette for me as well.
Fournette all day, Leonidas.
Carlos here. Seals Jones or Tyler Conklin? I'm going Conklin. I made a hell of a pitch for Tyler Conklin on our Wednesday show. I'm going with Conk, man.
Yeah, I'm also going Conklin as well.
Agreed. Conklin.
Baby here, Renfro or Gordon at flex in a PPR. I'm going to go Melvin Gordon. He's playing.
Ugh. I hate this. It's Melvin Gordon for me. It's the only time I'll ever answer Melvin Gordon. Ever.
In a
Don't say that.
PPR, I might actually lean Renfro.
Agreed. Renfro.
Change
Sell
my
me
mind.
on
Renfro.
No. Sell me on him. Somebody sell me on Renfro, please.
Jordan, you want me to, or you got it?
Yeah, you can take it, Bob.
Yeah, that's fine. So when I did my slot versus wide metric, the Chicago Bears are playing the Raiders this week. Chicago Bears allowed the third most points to slot receivers on the season, which is where Renfro kind of makes his money. So I just think that in a full PPR, it's probably a good lock for 5 targets or so, 5 receptions. And so Gordon's playing against the Steelers, and the Steelers' run defense is the one thing that still works for that defense. I mean, they're getting beat on the outside by a cornerback. So I think that Melvin Gordon, we just saw last week, they're split. When you have a 50-50 split, the matchup needs to be good for one of these guys to succeed. I don't feel like banking on a touchdown from Gordon to get low-end RB2 numbers. In PPR, give me the safer floor of Renfro in a good matchup against the Bears.
You sold me.
Wow.
Renfro.
I just fat-fingered I tried to type in the chat there for J-Mom to send her address, but totally
spammed it.
Just spammed it. Whoops.
All right, Brad's got another one here. Manny Sanders or Waddle, half-point PPR. I like Waddle better than I like Sanders for this week.
Agreed.
How could you ever play Sanders right now?
I could
wait.
definitely play him.
I'm sorry.
You were thinking Miles.
Yes, I was thinking Miles.
Oh,
I just heard
I was
Sanders.
this too when I first read it too. I was like, Miles?
Miles Sanders. I'm sorry, Jordan.
Where is Miles, Jordan? Can you talk to me about Miles
I
Sanders?
just wanna
Yeah,
know.
absolutely. If you look at the Eagles team, you're gonna find the best running back on the team. That's Kenny Gainwell. Look a little bit past him. That's where you'll find Miles Sanders.
What happened?
Ridiculous.
What went wrong?
Ridiculous.
What went wrong?
This guy would love that. It's Waddle. The Bucs secondary stinks.
I just realized I had Dalvin Cook in like all my DFS lineups. This is not good, man.
Well,
Thank God I
we
checked.
got no more questions, boys. We are at the bottom of the line here. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
All right, since
it's
we got
week
none,
5.
I'll throw my own start sit. I got Mixon, potentially limited at Green Bay, right? Or Tony Pollard against the Giants.
Jordan, if you don't mind using our super chat function, we'll get to your question right away. And 10% of all donations go to our charities that we're working with. Good Sports. We really appreciate it. It would go a long way. Sorry, what did you say? Mixon limited. What was the other options?
Pollard against the Giants.
I'm actually thinking about starting Pollard myself, so I'm curious to see your thoughts there, Bob.
Well, I mean, this is the thing. Dallas is the number 1 in my run game metric, so like it's going to be awesome. But Pollard is like a true backup. Maybe 10 carries, maybe a couple receptions. The question comes, can they blow him out enough to give a Tony Pollard game? I think I'm not playing Mixon. I just think that Mixon's run game, they're missing one of their guards. They struggle to run even when Mixon's healthy. So now that he's limited, I'm not going to interested. I'll take the home run hit maybe of Tony Pollard. I know if he gets 5 carries, he's going to get probably 50 yards because the Giants' run defense is trash. So I think I'm going to go with Tony Pollard in that scenario.
Yeah, I'm going to go Tony Pollard there.
So I currently have in, so I appreciate.
All right, so I've got one to wrap us up here because this is the same. It's got Tony Pollard in it. So I have 2 flex spots in this league. I've got AJ Green, Mooney, Pollard, Ruggs, and Goddard. So I need 2 of those 5 in a PPR. Goddard, Ruggs, Pollard, AJ Green, and Mooney.
Ruggs is in. What was the first option? I lost it.
Goddard, Ruggs,
Mooney, AJ
Goddard.
Green, and Pollard.
Mooney and Ruggs.
Ooh.
You all right, Bob?
No, I'm sorry. I'm so just like thinking because like it's like, can you type it in? Because I keep thinking like Mooney. I mean, listen, I don't know how to feel about Mooney yet because the Raiders defense they just shut down Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. Like, how do we expect? I know they're hurt, but it doesn't really matter. They have Casey Hayward out there. And I'm not feeling Mooney too much this week. Pollard's a backup running back. I just don't know how to feel about a backup running back. I mean, this is what I hate about Kareem Hunt all the time. So I think you said Goddard, right? It was in there. I'm going to go Ruggs and Goddard.
Ruggs and Goddard. Wow.
There you go. Yeah. Thank you. That's what I needed.
Jordan, who do you got?
Yeah, this is tough, man. Ruggs is the one that I think is definitely in out of these four.
Wow. Okay.
And what was the format again? I don't see it in the chat. It's a PPR.
It's right in front of you on the screen.
Yeah, but what's the format?
No, the format. Is it PPR?
Come on.
You are the worst, Levy. You can't even follow the rules that we set ourselves.
Yeah,
this is the one. I'm going to lose sleep over this decision because I need this win in this league. I'll tell you what.
I'll lean Mooney. I mean, he seemed to be Fields' primary target. He seems to be the one in Chicago over the first 4 weeks in terms of target share from the wide receiver position, maybe passing a little bit more with Montgomery out and having to start Williams instead. So Ruggs and Mooney for me.
All right. And last question to wrap us up. Clyde or Waddle? I said Waddle in the chat. I'm sticking with Waddle all day.
Waddle.
It's Waddle.
Yes.
You know where running backs go to die? It's a place called
Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to be the common answer.
Yeah, I mean,
offense or your opponent.
It's both literally and figuratively, both ways. They go there to die.
They go to Ryan's place and get eaten by a snake that's gone over. That's number one. But if they don't go there, it's usually Buffalo.
Key takeaway from today. We learned Levy was a snake guy. We learned that there's a snake that just absolutely polices the streets of North Tallahassee. It's just it's a mess.
It's a mess.
It's an absolute mess out there. Levy, sign us off.
Thank you for the support today. We are donating a portion of our proceeds, and we're excited to do that to get kids to continue playing sports that are less fortunate. So thanks, Bob, for hooking us up with that. All you guys out there, congrats to J-Mom for winning the Jamal Anderson Dirty Bird mini helmet. It was a good time as always. Appreciate it. Good luck in week 5. That's all I got.
Thanks, everybody. Love
Thanks,
y'all.
guys.